All right then, welcome everybody to the stream for this evening. Hope we're all doing well. Today has been productive but an interesting day. Not necessarily the greatest way, but we're hopefully gonna be getting a lot of progress done today in game as well. I have been playing around a little bit with Feyrand as a whole, kind of. I jumped on Feyrand. In fact, let's quickly jump on Feyrand. I'll show you what's going on. One of the cool things as well is, fingers crossed it works on the stream, and I'm not just, saying, lies. But I've seemingly found not an elegant way, but a way to hopefully make logging in and logging out of characters, more specifically Feyrand, just that little bit easier, less like, oh, I need to force crash the game to then reload it because it's quicker. See, there is that still little lag of like everything loading in. I fiddled with like what plugins do I actually need to even be putting on the character, because D-Trekker is kind of like one that we say anyway. Travel window caused a bit of lag when it was like immediately opened, so it's now not opening. And also, like, I think I've gone for very useful ones, but just like it's literally just these three. They're useful, but I do think they have a decent impact, which is a bit of a problem. But if you do look, I have 90,000 morale. I think we were at 80,000 before. What I've done today is I went through and I basically I used a couple of Essence Reclamation Scrolls. I know. I was actually right. So I actually wasn't going to stream today. I was, but I wasn't. Funny story about today. Yesterday I got asked if I was going to be all right to work Thursday, and I was like, yeah, if you need me for the morning, I'll like give me a shout, and I can like fill in. And then this morning I wake up to my next door neighbors, like that direction, are having their roof redone, and it goes over like my entrance to my flat. And I woke up this morning to builders basically meaning I couldn't leave my flat because they're right in my doorway. So I got asked and I was like, I actually can't get out my flat. It's great. I really hope they're done. I can't hear them anymore, but they're being very loud. So that's been a fun one. So yeah, it meant that I'm actually here and I've actually been making progress, and I can stream tonight. But yeah, fun little story of the day. I was basically locked in my flat. It was great. So what I've been doing is I actually took a couple of Essence Reclamation Scrolls. You won't really be able to see it. I think it was on the chest. So I took Essence Reclamation Scroll there. I grabbed the 10 essences that Tarvelad was going to give me. And I basically traded them over, and I got basically a ton of Vitality Essences. And I just made a load of them into Vitality ones of these. So I have 7 currently on me, and I have a load of these. I just need the bolts of Ithilien cloth. And I basically just trade a load of these in, and I'm slowly building up the morale pool. So obviously we've still got these earrings for the minute. That's just going to be a future thing. But then these are Ithilien infused, these are Ithilien infused, these are Ithilien infused, these are Ithilien infused, and these are as well. That one doesn't. And the chest plate is as well. Obviously, there is originally we're going to go Ithilien tempered because it gives literally like double, more than double the physical mastery. No, it's been delayed. I think they which I think is a good thing. I'd rather they like take their time and do that. But it's also good because I really I know Stat Squish is happening soon at some point, right? I want to get to 100,000 morale before then, just to be like, I've done that. But yeah, the vitality amount is still the same, and we are so overcapped on physical mastery, it's insane, that I actually don't need to worry about scaling up to these physical mastery, like increased physical mastery, because the vitality is the same. But the vitality is more, only 7, but it is more than the standard ones. And to be fair, these aren't actually that difficult to get. If you like just put the time sink in. So it's going to be an interesting one. I've still got a couple to go, so I've still got a slot on there. But I think by the end of today, if we finish our legendary items, so if we finish this one, and this one, I should get like a 900-ish crit, which basically means, and this is like kind of, I've had to do a lot of working this out, but we're going to increase by like 900 crit, which means that I am able to afford to take one of these Ithilien infused essences off and replace it with another vitality. Plus the earrings will be another 3 vitality things per as well. And then the cloak, we're also going to get an upgrade eventually, but that just gives us like 300 more agility and no vitality. It's kind of complicated, but kind of not. And then in the ideal world, if I can organize it, we have another essence that can go on here, plus a morale boost if we can get the upgraded version. But other than that, I have done a little bit of inventory cleaning. That's been nice. I've also done a little bit of work on the festival just to like get a little bit of work going. I need to get the horse and the pets and the more specifically, I'm gonna get the horse on here, and then I'm gonna go for all the items, and then I'm gonna get the pets on other characters and send it over. That's just generally how I do it. But another thing very useful that I did is and we might do a couple of bits of this today, is I did some Thrang. So from the boss's Vault's Thrang, we can't do it now because we're just doing a fellowship. It goes to is under level 50, but this can give us some very nice jewelry, and more specifically what I wanted is this one here. The Lash Fragment, which is the other one I want to get, is the no, I'm just saying it's grayed out because I'm in a fellowship with you, that's all. And the minimum is 50. Because of this, obviously I got it at 115 because I think that might be where it's more useful. Like, we can't really use it anyway because it's a pocket item and we got the XP disable, blah, 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 blah. But it's more like, hey, I wanted to try and get it. We have the Jeweled Bell. The Lash Fragment is more of the, like, tactical mitigation, like, defensive one, which there is a chance we can use it during an instance, because if we were doing an instance, I don't think we necessarily get experience. I'd have to test that, but stats are pretty decent there, and also it's just something I want to hold on to. We also get some of these rings because I've been looking at like jewelry for next set. This is a 105 ring because I just thought it would be interesting to compare, but I do have a 115 ring as well just to see what the stat jump is. Item levels especially is another thing. We go from 220 to 326 in just 10 levels, which is actually pretty ridiculous when you come to think of it. Anyway, that's this character kind of shown off and done. Oh yeah, we did also get a cloak. I'm not entirely sold on it. Steel blue is like my favorite dye at the minute, and it's still not like that great. So yeah, I don't know. The shield's interesting. I might go for the shield, or like hope I can get the shield, but yeah, not entirely sure. Anyway, as I said, this character is Ghost has just gotten to level 13. Look at that. This character is going to be logged out. We are not really going to be touching Fairand all that much today. We are instead going to be on Afka, who we finished the pre-battle Minas Tirith stuff on, and we're going to try and go through. We're going to try and go through with Afka, get the North Ithilien essences. Like, that's another thing. I will be getting a couple. I said it's pretty easy to make the things, but I do still need a couple more essences because, again, 6 for the earrings. Then I've got actually no, I should have enough now. I have 7 more. I have 6 for the earrings and 1 for the pocket item. Might put them on Kestal then. Either way, not really the end of the world. So we should be fine. But I don't know if you noticed how quick a logout was that. And also the game shouldn't crash. That's kind of crazy. You know how normally when I log out of Fairand it takes like 5 minutes, or I have to like, task manager the game away? Just saying. It's made life so much more it doesn't fix like server lag, it's just the logging out and logging in. Anyway, I actually don't know. Maybe it does fix potentially some of this content of the Minas Tirith lag. I hope not. I hope it does, but I hope not, because it would be a stupid reason to fix it. Honestly, like that's what I think. I do need to bring up the epic though on the wiki. Something else I've been doing today as well for a little bit is I've been talking about the 106 legendary box thing. You know, we've been chatting about, you know, preemptively. Ghost, by the way, I might have to like unfellowship you at some points just because of instances. Just letting you know, so don't get too upset. It depends on how some of these quests go. But I've been talking about the idea of, you know, doing the getting the legendary items or legendary boxes kind of like either ahead of time or just like, you know, going across multiple characters, filling in their completion a bit more and getting those. I thought that the Epilogue of Rust was going to be like super quick because it's technically 24 quests. However, it's 24 quests, but you also have to complete another quest line like every section, every zone you go to. So you've got to do like opening the kingdom or whatever, opening the realm, then the Master's Dilemma, which is one of my favorite quest lines. So I'm not going to complain about it. I actually really enjoy that zone. North Mirkwood minus the elven bit. So like the man and dwarf areas are like some of my favorite content in the game. Not because it's like particularly like super difficult content or whatever. I just find it fun. To be fair, Afkari is one of those odder characters for me. Where am I supposed to go? Oh, he didn't spawn in. I was like, oh, no wonder I ran off. Yeah, Afkari's one of those characters where I don't really play him all that much. I don't really play him on stream. So that might be why that's the case. I also forgot I was supposed to get a war steed, but I guess I'm just going to use my oldest horse I own, because why not? But yeah, the Epilogue of Rust is going to be a bit of a longer one. It's fine, because again, I like the content, and it's not particularly difficult, and if I'm going there as 115, if I'm going there on level, it's a lot of gear and content. Sorry, a lot of gear, a lot of quests, a lot of leveling, which should be good for us. And again, the gear is semi-decent. And then if we're going on max level, we can just ignore all the enemies and whatever. And actually the armor, this is actually a really good point. I was thinking the Northern Stronghold essences are going to be our bread and butter for level cap 115. So right now we're doing the Athelian Infused or Athelian Tempered, depending on our luck. I've just realized the content that we've got to do. Oh, I'm going to hate this. Anyway, the Athelian Infused ones / Tempered are the ones we're going for right now. The Northern Stronghold ones are just 2,500 motes. Incredibly easy to just, you know, buy them straight off the bat. You know, we can actually preemptively just buy a ton. I can actually start working out how much I need now. The good thing is some of the gear that I'm getting deconstructs for like a couple hundred motes a piece. So if I'm doing that on 10 characters, I'm actually building up myself a couple of Northern Stronghold, sorry, things. There is also Northern... Oh, is it Northern Kingdoms? No, it's Northern Kingdoms box, Northern Strongholds essence. Yeah, 2,500 motes, or I can craft them, but crafting them I think requires me to do... I have to deconstruct some other ones. Actually, that's not too difficult to do, assuming I can get abyssal essences. Is there a cook recipe? Of course there's not a cook recipe. Can be acquired by trading in any tier 10 essence to a quartermaster in the plateau of Gorgoroth. So, malleable. There are ingredient in the thing. Sorry, I will be back on track in a second. But any tier 10 essence. So can I trade... No, that's not worth the amount of thing. You almost died. You can't do that before level 20. It's not allowed. Yeah, I know. Getting 2,500 motes is a lot more, a lot easier than trading in 3 purple essences and then getting like 50 tokens of like for this other zone, and then using a universal solvent. So I've got to use 4 universal solvents plus a load of like lakes and whatever tokens, and then I've also got to get, I think this item has a cooldown on it, potentially, yeah, an 18-hour cooldown, so I can't like mass produce them. I can like fill out my moats and just buy 4, and then fill out my moats and then buy 4. So yeah. The potion? What potion? You mean the little pot for the VIP thing? As like a 14-day cooldown? Oh my god, you used a health potion. Yeah, health pots have a decent amount of cooldown. 2 minutes. But you get used to it when you actually use them once in a while. Since you never use them, you know, it's going to confuse you. See, one thing that I will make you make sure you're aware of is I thought it was only when you went to Mossward and did Before the Shadow, but it seems when you just make a new character flat out, you actually get an extra 150 morale increase for 6 hours. So I'm just going to pre-warn you that in 2.5 hours, you're going to lose that extra health. So just make sure you are aware of that. So you'll actually slightly become a little less strong.
Do you walk with eyes closed?
Oh, I've got to like
Why do you come
talk to these guys. I mean, it'll be fine. I can go through this content. No, it's fine. By the time in 2.5 hours, you can easily have some better gear. The problem you've got at the minute is you're still using, like, to be fair, I don't actually know how you've gotten to this point so far. I'm not gonna lie. You're still using like non-statted gear. So you need to get a couple quests done to fix that. Either that or I'm just going to go craft you some stuff. It's kind of what I think is going to go on. That's why Before the Shadow is incredibly useful. Such decent early gear stuff. I have to now think to myself, do I want to put the milestone here? I think that should be fine because, yeah, I'm going to have to run around for a bit, but I don't have to deal with enemies. That's kind of the biggest thing. Also, because on a Kestor I came through and I picked up the figurine of the Runekeeper, I do not need that on this character. So we should be good. And I feel like I've done this area enough recently that I can hopefully not get lost. That's kind of the hope. I totally forgot though. I was gonna go load up the wiki page for this questline, and I totally haven't done that yet because I've just on Epilogue of Rust. Let's me have a look. Book 5, Chapter 3. If I look that up, that should be fine. Older Than the Hills.
Son of Hetman.
Okay. Hated orcs, long road into battle. Yeah, so that's actually a good thing. There's an not an instance, but it sends you to like this place over here, and you have to run through it. We can just run straight through. We don't have to deal with enemies. The Battle of Pelennor Fields will be incredibly easy as well. We actually died in a couple of the instances with Kestor, but that's, again, super easy. We're not going to... If I die in there, I'm going to be a little bit disappointed. Horn will die, right? Because I haven't done the quest to not make him die. Because this character is very, like, farming missions. Like, I haven't done content on this character, which is a blessing and a curse, because it used to be a curse more so because of trait points, but now, you know, we're better for that because of the whole change to that situation. But it's also a really big blessing because... Wait, is it this guy? Oh, no, I've got to go back now. It's a really big blessing because it means I haven't done any content, which means... I can do stuff like this. Oh, I can get 3 tracery tokens just by doing this quest. These quests, or this chunk of quests. Cool, I can just go on this character. I know I haven't done it, and it helps me there. And it's a character that's already, like, established, has some semi-decent gear. Like, at 130, I was pretty good. And then I got to 140 through not regular content, more just missions. So, because I just got moats gear, pretty much. And then I just went to 140. To be fair, I say that. I have still got some 140, like, tier 1 basic delving stuff. So that's something I have done and do need to go through. and build up. But the idea with that is I get this basic stuff, and then I get like maybe a few bits of jewelry extra, and then I go and do some, you know, like tier 4s, and then I get some rares, and then I go and get some tier 7s, and I get some incomparables. Or I go you know, duo with another character that's stronger, and then, you know, do tier 7s straight away and hope. Or I do the weeklies and get more Deathwing things, and I just buy them, but that feels a little like annoying. I mean, I did get these. They were nice. It's just been a while since I've done Delvings. Got a phone call. You're not allowed to take a phone call. Why would you call a phone?
Hate Gorku.
I hate phone calls.
Prove to me, and wild
That's
men help friends.
Not very useful information. I just don't like phone calls.
Many Gorgun inside.
I do that thing where you put off a phone call and then you eventually have to do it, and you're like, oh, that would have taken me 5 seconds like a month ago, and I could have just done that, and it would have been over. It's like yesterday at work. I got this like big. So I did all my job essentially, but I have to send away this document every week and whatever, and it's like a big spreadsheet of all this data. And I accidentally, and this is a slight thing that annoyed me, I accidentally put 2 numbers backwards. So there was one number which was like 176894, but the previous number from the previous week was like 12 blah 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 blah. So it looked up like it went up by 500,000 when it didn't. And then the other one was like 13 blah blah blah. So it was correct, and they were just backwards. So I sent that away, realized kind of quickly that I did it wrong, but I was just waiting for an email back, and then they went, that's backwards and wrong, can you send us an updated version? And I was like, can you just not, you saw it was wrong, you understand that it's wrong and they're backwards, can you not just do it yourself? Like, it's not like a locked document or anything. But I got this big old email being like, can you check this thing? And I was like, I've checked it. I was like, I'm not ringing you. I will be too far confrontative ringing them. I was like, I will email. And I had to try not be passive aggressive because I was not emailing as myself. So it was an interesting one. And then I left because I don't want to, like, I do this a lot. I'm really bad at sending text messages as well. So when it's like a text message or like I'm asking a question or it's like maybe something a little more uncomfortable, I will like, I've done this multiple times in my life where I will text someone something. I will like write it out, read it over like multiple times, type it, like send it, and then like put my phone upside down in a different room so I cannot acknowledge the reply, which feels a little backwards, but hey, what can I tell you? The hated orbs. And now we gotta go, oh, wait a minute, is this the right way around? I actually don't know. It's a bit that I do get slightly lost on. I think I can jump down here and kind of cut a bit of travel in half. Oh my god, you finally got a piece of armor that actually has stats. So proud. No, I more mean like today. I mean, the cloak is a given, and the helmet is like first quest. I'm just saying, like, I think priority would be getting gear, which it should kind of give you over a little bit. If not, I would suggest doing, like, because you're already 13, if you go and do Before the Shadow, it will start giving you stuff, and it's lower level items or lower level quests in it. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like questing through like the regular quest chain that you will go through from Archer to Chetwood to Combe to Staddle, etc. should eventually give you some gear as well. Like, so yeah. I mean, I'm sort of treating this character that you've got as similar to what was I saying? What was it? I'm treating it similar to, was it Palpadol, or I think it was Palpadol, where you were like, I don't want help. I don't want
this onslaught.
No, because I've crafted stuff for Palpadol. There's a character who you're like, I don't want help with. It could have been Palpadol, but then I did craft you stuff. Don't the things give you things? I don't know what you're about. Before the Shadow will give you like gear throughout level 10 towards the circle thing. The circle thing? I feel like sometimes you're purposefully vague.
Ah, welcome.
Yeah, but you got to be level 20. Even then, I wouldn't necessarily suggest Mark's gear. Yeah, Marks aren't a level until level 20 thing. That's why you can't do skirmishes till level 20. Technically. I think there's a way you can, but you don't like get gear out of it. Like I said, if you carry on where you are, so you're currently in like Combe. You want OP gear, you're level 13. I'm 140 and I don't have OP gear. Thing is, early level crafted gear kind of sucks, and there's not like, if you want really good gear,
Some trouble on the road ahead.
do Before the Shadow. That's your best bet. Before the Shadow is probably the best gear you will get for this level that you're at in the game. Because the way I normally go is Before the Shadow for gear there, then I say Yondershire, and then I say, what is Before the Shadow? Or how do I get to Before the Shadow?
It is wise for wanderers to equip themselves well.
Well, what is Before the Shadow is the last mini expansion, which is the one I gave you the code for. And then the... so that proves my code went to good use. And then how do you get there? If you go to Bree, go to a stable master, and then travel to Mossward. I mean, I gave it to you. I offered it to you, so, you know. The thing is, you have helped with content from that anyway, so...
I thought you would be somewhere in this.
I would suggest that you will there will be a prologue quest which will not give you any gear, but as soon as you get past the prologue stuff, which is more just like an introduction to the game, which is like 10 quests and a little bit of running around, but again, you're over leveled for that, so it should be easier anyway. Then when you get into like the actual epic quest line for it, it will start giving you gear, and actually good gear. You'll also get weapons every so often, so that'll be another thing, and it's actually statted correctly. So yes, generally I would suggest that. You can also get a free horse there, and the riding skill if you did not have it already, but you do. Big B. Who is the bee?
You have joined the ride as well, I see.
So much back and forth in this quest. That's... Oh yeah, you also don't have to deal with Sarah Urquhart. That's also a good thing. I mean, I love Sarah Urquhart and everything, but you know. You also get to see the Witch King, though I guess you technically do that as well in standard quest line.
My son has come
Why
to
am I
his
looking at
senses
gear
at
as if it's
last.
going to be something I care about?
War is calling.
Because I really shouldn't care about it. I do want to pick up some more Tracery 101s because I have been... yeah, the Incomparable 101s are something I am wanting to pick up at the minute for my tanking stuff. So that's a thing that I definitely need to do. I have been... Everything I've been opening has been for the benefit of being like, hey, I can get the thingy. I also should get 2 more legendary Tracery... sorry, 2 more legendary boxes, not Tracery tokens.
Duty is not
So that's also quite good. We're in the hideout.
Hello there. At last someone will speak to me. I am sick
Find
of
the clearing where
waiting
Theoden talks to his advisors. I feel like this area goes really underutilized if you are just doing the epic. There's literally
I thank you for
Go
sending
here.
to us these woses.
Go here.
These wild
run around
men.
here for a bit. Go here.
These wild men have offered their aid to us.
Oh, wait a minute. He's right there. What am I doing? Add a bump and then clear fallen stones, which means we just need to go down here a bit, make our way down there to be done. I really wish I was a stable master. It would make life so much easier. But sadly, no. No stable master for me. But I am getting enhancement runes, which I am going to need. Actually, I don't know if I like need them, but I am going to be able to use, which is quite nice because obviously, you know, leveling up my traceries and all that. Let's use up these boxes of essences. Enhance. Might as well do that. I also realized today that I need to go and make myself a load of hope tokens. I didn't realize until recently that that is actually quite a big deal at the minute. Because I have been trying to get through Solo Throne again. And I think it's doable if I get hope tokens. I think at some point I can do tier 1 at least. Obviously not tier 2. But I really think it would be interesting to go for Ithil coins. Because if I can get into another... It'll be annoying if I can't do boss 4, 5, or 6. But if I can do boss 1, 2, 3 again and get the other armor pieces or duplicates, you can trade them if you have ancient Ithil coins. So I kind of want to do that as at least a workaround. Obviously, my ideal outcome is I would like to get the pocket item. But if I can't do that, it's not necessarily the end of the world because we have, you know, good enough gear as is. You know, we're nearly at 100,000 morale. And as we know, there's quite a stat jump at 105 to 106. So our stats are going to be even higher. We can actually almost immediately go to 106 essences to overwrite what we have now as soon as we do that, which is going to feel like a little bit of a waste of effort for us. But, it's fine. Like if I go find vitality ones, I know it's not gonna. I could get the item treasury up. So Ithilian infused, yeah. So vitality. Oh. So if we're looking at. And then maybe do by item ID. Ithilian infused essence of vitality is 244. I already knew that anyway. But then we go up to their abyssal. What a shadowed essence. This one, 106, is like double that already. Yes, we lose a lot of physical mastery, but we gain pretty much double. It'll probably fill up a lot quicker once the festival's open. Also, you're probably just looking at cosmetics. If I were to guess. Yeah, because we're looking at 9. So there are common ones as well, but Shadowed Essence, Vitality, and then what? If I look up Physical Mastery, that's how you spell Mastery. If we do look up and we go to Shadowed Physical Mastery, that's 3,000. And then if I look at an Aethelian Infuse, it's 1,904. But we're only getting 400 from here, 900 at most. And that is a massive jump at 106. So I'm actually curious on maybe the idea of stockpiling up a couple of those. The only annoying thing about it is, so at least according to this, there might be other ways nowadays, but it does say the item can be picked when opening a Shadowed Essence box. Which, as I was saying earlier, I don't like the idea of having to craft these items, single-use recipes, a load of universal solvents for temporary items. I mean, technically everything up to 140 is temporary, so whatever. But I don't like the idea of being like, I've got my 105, let me temporarily get some 106 stuff. Oh, and then I'll go and get some 115 when I get there. The one, I can technically do it. And in fact, as soon as I get to 115, my armor will last to 120 anyway, as is. But as soon as we hit 112, we're upgrading gear there, and that doesn't have essence slots as far as I'm aware. Maybe some of it does. And then as soon as we hit 115, we're going to also be upgrading there, potentially. I actually don't know yet what my plan is for straight gear as soon as we hit 15 or 115, because 105 right now, 112 is the bartered gear, 115 is crafted and raid gear. The 115 crafted gear is the same stats as the 112 bartered gear. So I actually don't know. I'm gonna go armor set index and let's have a look at Warden. So you have the Abyss of Mordath tier 2 stuff, which we might be able to do. I think I've seen it before. Because I was going to do missions to go get it, because it's one of the things I haven't yet obtained on Theyrand. But I am curious on just 115 armor in general. Yeah, or you could just do some missions and then buy it. Like for tokens, which you would have by then. So, I don't know. Seems a little redundant. I want to see, actually. I feel like 115 stuff, I maybe will go moats. Like actual proper moats gear. I wonder if that's an idea. So, Helm of the Stalwart. There is not a lot of helmets. Oh, I'm dumb. I know exactly what 115 gear I'm going for. It's the Legacy of the Necromancer stuff. No, Legacy of the Necromancer is... Wait, is it? Wait, sorry. Legacy of the Necro... Isn't Legacy of... Yes, okay, I am right. I was thinking... When I think the word Necromancer, I think... Mirkwood. Dol Guldur. And technically, I'm right in thinking that. Legacy of the Necromancer takes you back to Dol Guldur and then to Northern Mirkwood, Northern Stronghold stuff. I think, as it stands, I'm counting that as my 115 content because I think that makes sense. And then we do everything up until that 115 content. And then we go to 120 content and do everything, like all the sub stuff. It's like for 100, we did all the quest packs. And then that way we can do, we just buy the Lake Town stuff. Or whatever. No? Did you die? Oh, right. What's it called? I might have it. Winter Festival being my favorite festival after all, so. I mean, worst case, you wait like 3 months. Oh, if it's a pet, I don't have it. Or I won't have a spare one. I thought you were talking about cosmetics. It's really not worth getting on my horse. And then I'm really hoping the Battle of Pelennor Fields will just be like quick. But yeah, I totally forgot that we can buy high enchanter gear. That's a thing. At 115, right? But I do think if I were to compare like what Mordor Expeditionary, let's have a look at this. Coif. Where's Coif? Let's look up that. Yeah, I feel like if you spent less time looking at the auction hall and more time playing, you'd actually have a decent character by now. Joking. Thranduil's Power. I don't know what it's called, but I just know that this is the only page it's going to show me. Is it Camale? No, that's Shoulders. I thought so. Coif. This one? So 15 item levels higher. Oh wait, no, yeah. So I'll go this way. So that's the bartered. Well, they're both bartered, but we're looking at 500 more physical mastery. We're looking at like 100. Well, 97 more. No, is it 97? No, not quite. Yeah, 97 vitality, and we're looking at like what 119 agility. So nothing massive. Light of Arendelle is actually quite a big deal because that does help with the raid, and then essence slots stay the same. Overall, it's just not a better upgrade. I think it might be better than the raid kit. I would have to look. Oh, sorry guys, I need to leave.
Let us ride to the encircling wall.
Bait. Sorry, you can't join me in the.
Ride to the 6,000
in the Battle of Pelennor Fields.
We must join.
I think the biggest thing we're gonna have an issue with is shield. Shield seems like always the problem that I have. So class armor, abyssal, like let's look up. Oh, the helmet's a crafted item, isn't it? So the Stalwart Coif is a crafted item. Okay, while they're doing their little chat of all that stuff, let's have a look. So that is, as far as I'm aware, the... if I look up Coif. Should only show two. Well, the non-critted and crit versions. And then we're going to look up Stalwart Coif of the Abyss, which it doesn't... is 347. So is it better? I mean, it has a set bonus, so therefore technically yes. Otherwise, it's exactly the same stats. So, oh, I've got to join AMR, like actually somewhere. That's why you install item treasury. Yeah, so we're gaining a set bonus of vitality, which is something.
I have need of your horn, loyal Guthlaf.
But we're losing to Light of Arendelle. So it kind of depends on like how much, like 500 vitality isn't actually that much, especially with the fact we have these stat tones.
Fell deeds awake.
I think we'll end up going.
And slaughter.
To be fair, the other one's, so that's the tanky one. The other one gives us agility, and I don't think agility is that important.
Shall be shaken.
I am such a good voice actor, thank you. I did this voice, don't you know? It's definitely me. I understand we're in like a massive battle, but I always feel like the audio bouncing on here is so off.
Ere the sun rises. Right now. Right
That's
now.
not quite how plugins work.
Right
Ghost.
to Gondor.
Can't just like switch the game files. Can't really mod the game either.
For Theolingus!
I could technically, like, if I were to do a video, I could do that. You know, I edit it in, but me making a video? Never.
This is a day for honor and glory.
Only problem with this zone is it is incredibly laggy. That is the worst part of this zone. But we do get to use some of my favorite skills today. Which is play music so badly that everybody dies. And randomly shout at someone. And they die. I actually want to know what's in here. So these are the Morgul Crest things.
Hope you are prepared.
Now they got to distract Sauron. That's what they got to do. Oh, you said you could join us if you were strong enough. Oh, you left the game, went offline. So sad. I think I can. Yeah, they won't agree. Come on. It's a Lindral. If Lindral's going to be online, can I borrow Lindral to try something out in a minute? I'm curious on... Let me just get through this quest real quick. Because I'm not in an instance. I'm technically now just in the Battle of Pelennor Fields. Like as a separately instanced zone. But I will have to log into... I actually don't know who I'll need to log into. I will need to log into Zia. I think is probably the best choice. Even though he's on another account. And then I'll have to log in as Feyrand. I just want to see... And like, it's not going to be... Hopefully no pressure. I want to try and just see... Because I can just about get to a kill on my own. And I think if we add Lindral in there extra, just like on the sidelines, shoot with some arrows or whatever, things should be fine. It's a little bit of a side thing compared to what we were already doing, but I think it might be our best shot. So I'm going to log out. We'll log in as Feyrand. And I will invite Lindral and Zia to a fellowship. Feyrand is just going to stand there, doing nothing and reaping the rewards, while Zia and Lindral hopefully do the work. Not really going to hold anything to it. If we don't succeed, no big deal. I just want to see if it's doable, kind of thing. I love this faster loading. Makes my life so much easier. I was about to like read off the loading screen and then I realized I was on a different loading screen. I was be like, get crafty. Oh wait, it says boost your stats on stream. Because I was looking at a different account. Come on. I was talking about how good the loading was now. Come on, you can't suddenly be slow at loading. To be fair, I am running 2 clients though, so you know. At least a little bit of an excuse. Let's see. There we are. So I shall invite one Lindral and one Zia. Okay, and then I'll just go wait for my character to load a tad bit. Okay. Yeah, I don't like your inventory either. Hurts my soul. Why don't you have your inventory like this? Just one big bag. No organization. So then you don't have to worry. Okay. Don't worry about the title of this instance. It's definitely just an instance, nothing else. Okay, so yeah, Feyrand is just gonna stand there doing nothing. And then I'm going to hopefully... Fingers crossed. Why is my camera, like, to the left? I know I'm slightly off to the left. But I feel like that's not where... I didn't move. Did I move? Did I move? I feel like I didn't move that much. I'm gonna do that. Maybe
The
that
enemy's
works.
grip tightens on the defenders of Gondor.
Yeah, I do, but the problem is when I have it do the tracking, it like
Marching from
sometimes
the
messes
gates
up.
of
Like it will if I like
Foes
walk
pour into the
off screen,
Pelennor
it will
fields
like
with a renewed vigor.
sharply follow me
wake
and
of
then
the
like
Witch
look
King's
down and
defeat,
then it breaks.
Vile
So
sorcery looms over the
right,
field
anyway, myself
as the most
and
powerful
Lindral,
allies
who
of
I'm
the
gonna heal
Dread
and
Terror.
has more health than me, and I cannot stand for that.
Gothmog spoke true of the fate he shares
I will
with
need you
Dorothea.
to follow me,
Can
please.
victory yet be found?
This is technically the content for this level that we're at, or what quest we're doing. This is actually fitting to the Battle of Pelennor Fields. So we're going to go kill that guy. You don't have to get super close. You will need to make sure that you are holding a weapon and not some corn. Just saying. I am going to put a res on you, just in case. And then I'm also going to put a hope token on us if I have one. I do not. I do not. Never mind. We're going to try and kill him. So just make sure you're in range. And that we're all good.
delivering them to their deaths. You cannot stand against me.
Dun, dun, dun. I'm teleporting against this guy a lot.
I'm but a hammer before a field of nails.
So I'm hoping if I can just keep his aggro, kind of, and you just kind of like survive, because normally I can get him to like a couple million, like 4 million morale. You just got to watch out, some orcs do show up at some point, but yeah, this is a lot quicker than when I'm on my own. Yeah, normally he just like stomps me and kills me. Yeah, okay, so 2 people is like the sweet spot. So I'm gonna come over with Feyrand real quick, and then I just want to see what the drop is, essentially. That's my biggest thing is so if you can do me a small favor and just pass on any of the items, I think it should ask you if you want to like roll or pass. If you can just let me have them, that would be nice. Oh, it doesn't let me do that. That's kind of annoying. Okay. So it didn't let me do roll and pass. Why? Because it's on that, right? Loot roll. Or is it free for all that I've got to change to? I don't know. Okay. It's not the end of the world. Because I don't actually need this tier of item. It was more... so what I'm looking for is the Ancient Ithil coins. Is actually what I care about. which you get from this raid. It was a little bit distracting because you're just like in a picnic outfit, you know, trying to face off against this guy, you know. If you're alright though, I might just give it a shot going to the next one. The next one I feel like we're not going to be able to do just because there's 3 enemies and it's a little bit of a pain. But if you're alright following, real quick. Actually, no. Never mind. It's such a pain to go and do the next boss that I just honestly cannot be bothered. So, it's not a pain. It's just like getting there, you have to go through a bunch of enemies and it's like, I don't know. I'd rather just... No, it's 3 mummoks that if they like basically touch you, well, there's a load of mummoks that run around and if they touch you, you basically die immediately, which is not fun. So, yeah, I'd rather just not. Anyway. Let's log out, and then I'm going to quit the game on Zia. And then we're going to go jump back onto Africa. I was curious, though. What I really want to try and do is, like I said, if we can get either a group together or just like enough people that we can capably do it, I would like to do another tier 2 throne run at some point through the first 3 bosses. And again, if I can just get some ancient Ithil coins, that way I can trade those out, because what is it, greater armor, so 30. I would need 90 ancient Ithil coins, which does sound like a lot, but if we were able to do it like with a couple characters, it's not a big deal. And then we can trade the armor, get the 6 armor pieces, and then the jewelry as well, there's a potential for as well to switch some of those out. But the armor is a tricky one, which I don't really care about. Unfortunately, ancient Ithil coins can't be obtained from anything, but you can trade them into Morgul crests. Morgul crests being like a thing I was kind of looking at, but really as well at the minute, it just doesn't make sense. Right, let's go back. Didn't take long for Ghost to quit the game again. Disgraceful. He only started playing again recently, and then he's just quit.
The Rohirrim have taken the field.
But yeah, that's the idea, is if I can get like the pocket item and like 3 of the, so ignore the 4th boss challenge, do 5th and 6th, and yeah, ignore 4th boss, do 5th and 6th, and then that way we can get hopefully the pocket item, trade in for the other armor. In fact, if we can do 5 and 6, then we only need to trade 1 piece of armor, which is also a nice thing. That saves a lot of hassle.
Be gone, carrier lord. Leave the dead.
And after that, then we're technically done, even though we're not using the armor. Again, only thing I care about from that raid right now, pocket item. And baby mimic, maybe.
You will know worse things than death in the chamber of the eye.
It is nothing to me. Still, I will hinder you.
Say you so.
Say you so? Say it ain't so.
But no living man am I. You look upon a woman. Eowyn I am, daughter of Eormund. You stand between me and my lord.
Like I said before, I know it's in the middle of like a war, essentially, but I feel like the audio mixing is just very weird on this bit. That is 1 sharp sword. Makes you wonder why nobody ever did that before. Can't do that to him. He doesn't have a neck. Because it's an in-engine thing, you can tell when the frames catch up, because it's like, here right now, we're like, I guess we're a bit more frames now, but you can see when it's like, there's 20-ish, and then it jumps up to 60 for a couple seconds. It's kind of funny. Hi, Theoden.
My lord.
Farewell.
Is Eowyn deaded?
I go now to my father's.
Where's he? He's here.
Even in
Corpse of Eowyn.
their mighty company,
So sad.
I will not now.
But not
be
Corpse of the Witch
ashamed.
King.
Forgive me for breaking your command, my lord.
It is forgiven when you sit in peace.
It's like with
with your pipe.
one of my favorite things that you can click on in the game is when you're doing the epic battles
Must be
in the cave. I can't remember what it's called. It's actually my least favorite epic battle, but Glittering Caves. Actually, no, I like Helm's Deep. Helm's Dyke is probably my least favorite. It's my second favorite is Glittering Caves. Anyway, my favorite is when you're actually doing the epic quest along that. You like essentially like this. It's like Corpse of Gimli. You walk over and then suddenly Gimli, he's up. Okay, as long as we don't look at any of the orcs, our frames are fine. It's pretty much like the moment we look over there, like I've tried to work this out, like how low do I have to go? It's like Limbo, but for frames. Is it Limbo? Is that what it's called? Can you go under a thing? No. Like how like far do I have to go for my frames to like? The moment I get there, my frames cut in half.
And so too was
No, it's just this is a very unoptimized zone.
his mound is raised.
Like, because the way I said it is like, okay, so I'm gonna just turn the volume down a bit. You can see these guys over here, right? They're just like specks on the screen, right? They're still, all this animation is still running over there at full frames. And it's like, does that need to happen? It feels like very bloated. So that's why it's like the moment I do this, you know, so I like to say this area is a top-down RPG, because then I can actually play the game. The sad thing is, in some cases, getting a better PC can actually make my performance worse in some ways. There's less, like, if I got more cores but like less fast single cores, then you know that can
This is a terrible day.
cause issues with Lotro because it's however many years old. I'm gonna get a worse PC.
Leowina speaks the truth.
Okay, so I have to defeat 12 enemies, all very easy to do. And I've also got to scout the different areas. Essentially, if I tab it and see it, I kill it. Jesse? James? Team Rocket blasting off again. Always. I just started playing Pokemon again. I like did, and then I keep saying it. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go play. I want to go like play through them all because I bought, you know, I can't remember which one I bought. I think it was It was Scarlet or Violet, obviously Scarlet or Violet. I can't remember which one of the two I bought, but I bought it, and then I like didn't really get past the intro. And I think a lot of my issue is I was like, I need to, or I want to, I think, to help myself with it, like go back through old games and stuff. So I was gonna do it in order. Then I was like, I'm just gonna go back to like Gen 4 because that's where I like stopped. Gen 5 is where I like actually stopped playing. But Gen 4 was the last one I finished, so I was gonna restart that. I also started playing Explorers of Sky. I think it was the one. Sky is the like platinum to those two, yeah. My problem is I didn't have much time to play anything though, because I've been playing it at night where I really should be sleeping. I think the last 2 days I've had like 4 hours of sleep because I don't know, too busy playing Lotro. Too busy trying to outplay Ghost.
I've lost many friends today.
Listen not to Horn's despairing.
Yeah, Horde, shut up. It's so nice not having to kill enemies.
Fighting has been fierce.
So she's just like, oh, you guys are too scared of me. The moment we can just get out of the battle, the better, because then we can actually just not die.
We must sweep the enemy from the field. To battle! Let none stand in our
For the
way.
not Horde.
The Witch King of Angmar is slain.
So technically the Alliance,
Forces
right?
of
Technically.
the enemy remain unbroken.
Do you want to know a funny thing, actually? So I found this out this morning. I've been obviously uploading my VODs every day at midday, UK time at least. I've had a VOD upload, and I was very confused because one of my VODs, like, I got, you know, a lot of views. It's currently the most views VOD, and I think I might have worked out why. So it was released, I think, yesterday or day before, 22nd, so 2 days ago. It was the stream where I said I got forced to make a Hobbit, and it's now got 541 views, which for the VOD channel is pretty high. It's normally like, I don't know, it can fluctuate between like 15 to 30 to sometimes 60, depending on the thing. But the reason I think it's done really well is because I went in it, and you know YouTube has that thing when you watch a game, like a video, and it'll be like what game it is. The video seems to think it's World of Warcraft. I don't know if that's fully the case, but it feels like it might be adding to like the reasoning. I'm like, do I want to change it? I didn't do it. I didn't like put it as World of Warcraft, but if it thinks it's World of Warcraft, then it's like, if that's helping it, I don't know. I need to sort out. So I have up until the 2nd of September uploaded. I need to really get back on that. The problem is, so I was really good at uploading a load of them. I was uploading literally constantly. And then it's because I upload them in order. When I hit a road bump, it like stops everything because I don't want to get out of sync. So I uploaded it was a 10-hour stream, actually nearly 11-hour stream. And it's set to go up next week, 31st of August. It's been blocked on YouTube for whatever reason. I can't remember the reason. Probably something I watched. Oh no, I think I watched like a trailer for something or a clip for something on Netflix, if I remember correctly, and it like completely blocked. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So I need to edit that out or whatever. So I've got to find the VOD, which is fine, easy. I'm actually somewhat organized. I've got to like cut that part out, re-render out a 10-hour video, 11-hour video, and then upload a 10-hour video. Uploading is probably the easiest bit. The renderings. Rendering would probably take like 3 hours. Editing's probably going to take like 2 hours, I think. So it's like a 5-hour process. Also finding a good spot to cut, I think. I don't edit them. I start the stream 10 minutes before I like start. So I start at 10 to 6 and then I start at 6 officially. So I always press record when that happens. Only time I edit is when like something gets blocked. So well, okay, there's 2 times I edit a VOD, and that is when it gets blocked like this. That's why I never delete them straight away, because otherwise I get like I then have to download it at worse quality and blah blah blah. Anyway, when it gets blocked, which is I think it's only happened twice now, and when sometimes YouTube just doesn't like it. I think the limit for a VOD or for a video is 256 gigabytes or 12 hours, whichever sort of happens first. So I think a 12-hour video is like, I think it's like 10 gigs per hour or something. I can't remember. Let's find a random VOD and find out. It's almost like I've got a hard drive full of them. I've actually been meaning to move my recording drive to be an SSD. I need to do that soon. Might steal my spare 2 TB out of my laptop. Anyway. So we're looking at, yeah, so about 10 gigs per thing. So 120 gigs if I do a 12-hour VOD. So that's fine. But when I did the 24-hour streams, I had to like cut them down. And then you got to cut them so they actually like kind of flow better, which is another thing. I'm a little bit worried by being overpowered that I, like, by one-shotting everything, that I'm gonna break the game. Because, not this instance, the next instance, I think, the one where Horn is going to die because we haven't done any quests, like, previous in the quest chain. So, kind of spoilers, but, you know, that happens when you don't do any previous epics. I have broken that before because we one-shot the enemy, so I need to be a little bit careful with that we don't do that. Yeah, for me, I just like start stream, wait for it to hit 6, press record, unmute my mic, and then just, that's fine. So it's like a couple seconds at worst. What is this video? I have a 3-minute video. Was that me reading a script? Did I read a script for something? For 4 minutes? I think now. 18th of June. My problem is because I'm like 2 years behind on VODs, but I still have them all, is I have like 16 terabytes worth of VODs to upload. I think it's more like 15, maybe 14 at most now. I mean, to be fair, 100 hours is a terabyte, right? At my logic. So that's actually not that difficult to do. That's 200 hours of content I've uploaded, I think. It's crazy. I think I said it was gonna be like 2 weeks of constant uploading to get all my VODs up. And that's without like the fact that I will have more added in the meantime. Our forces are scattered at best and slain at worst. I do like the fact that with the VODs though, so I stream at 6,000 kilobits, but I do record at 24, so I'm actually recording 4 times that quality. Because I play in 1440p, and I know for a fact that some people have struggled to like see some text sometimes. Not really a me issue as much as I think it's more a Lotro UI issue, like fundamentally. But by having the VODs be like 4 times the quality of the streamed output, it makes it just better. I used to do 30k. I think I did 24 because 24 was my upload, and it was basically like real-time upload essentially. But my upload's like 110 now, and recording 110 is like there's that point where it becomes like the quality you're saving, it becomes like less and less notable over the bitrate. So
The stewards are not but pretenders, cowards who denied the might of our king.
disappointed to see no characters on my friends list on from Ghost though. I love how jumpy the frames are here.
His claim is unbroken.
I know. I have all your characters added as friends. I can stalk you.
It shall be.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
Surrender or die.
At some point you hit sort of hard drive limits in a sense.
Commands the hosts of Mordor and Minas
as well. That's why I wanted to switch over to an SSD. I was like, oh, I can maybe like up the bitrate a bit more. And like, the fact is, when I get caught up with VODs, then I can just like immediately upload them and then it's done. And I don't have to like hold on to them until like I'm caught up, which is currently what the plan is, or what I'm doing. I'm uploading and then I'm deleting when I'm done, like for a month, and then I'm transferring all the new stuff over. It's taken me over that month to do. So that's my biggest issue right now. But once I've done that, I'm probably going to switch over to an SSD instead of just a standard hard drive. Also, Ghost, I can tell you're probably not on, because if you were on, you would have added me to a fellowship by now.
There was nothing I could do.
Thing is, I don't even need a massive SSD for it if I'm like being done. Oh, I've got just external bays at the minute. So I have a little 4-bay thing next to me with 4 terabytes in it at the minute, plus the 4 terabyte I recorded to already. At least I get home like after they're done, just putting them in my NAS when they're empty. Finally. Oh my god, someone's here. A miracle. I've just remembered, after this is all done and we have to do the like chat with Aragorn and like the captains and all that, don't we? That's gonna be fun. It's not like bad, it's just time consuming. No, I've never had any issues with Lotro. I've had issues. The only issues I've ever had with like Lotro, actually, okay, no, I lie. So Lotro generally, like 99% of it is fine. I've had like 1% issues. There was whenever I've used like audio to go over, you know, like a time lapse type thing. I remember I did like the maze for one of the festivals and like a load of stuff, and I was like, I'm just gonna speed through it and I'll just like do that. That I had, but I've never had an issue with the VOD, the music from the game at least. But I have had issues, and it was the dumbest issue. So there's a quest in Evendim where, kind of spoilers, kind of not, because it's very vague because I can't remember the specifics. But there's an epic quest in Evendim where you you're at like a grave basically, and you put you know, people saying like words about certain, you know, people that have died, and they're, you know, you put the final stone on the you know, cairn and stuff, and it's like, you know, it fits with the story or whatever. But during those sort of things, when I was doing like the Lotro Let's Play stuff, I find it better than if it's like essentially a cutscene, which it pretty much is. At least in video form, I prefer not to talk over it, because it's better in my opinion. So I did that, and then I got a copyright strike. I don't think it was technically a strike. Whatever the thing is, they take the revenue, not block it. But because of the wind sound. Because I assume it's some generic wind sound that they just use from some library or whatever. But I found that a little bit silly. But that's the only thing I think I've had issue with from the game. It's like, you know what, you're not allowed to listen to wind. I should go in. Okay. I recently redid, so I'm actually, it's not like amazing. It's not like the best thing in the world. I like the channel profile picture that I've got. I like the picture of Feyrand. I think it's a good angle. I think it just looks good. So I thought I'd redo one for the VOD channel, because I'm actually uploading to the VOD channel a bit more. It's the only thing I do actually upload to at the minute. But anyway, for some reason I've like zoomed in really weirdly. I need to redo it, but I zoomed in really weirdly. I really hate the look of it compared to the main channel. I don't know what it is. Something about the lighting as well. I don't know. Let's see, copyright. Let's go to the copyright part of my channel. Oh, the copyright thing is like people uploading my stuff. Yeah, there was this some channel. I like how most of it is just my my streams. But there was some channel that uploaded my Lotro point farming video, which I find kind of funny, a little bit. This was years back, but the channel is in like a completely different language. I got DM'd about it ages ago. I think it was Brandith that actually did that, but yeah, it was 5 years ago they uploaded it, and I don't remember when I released the video. It was when Turbine Points were still a thing, so it's not even like quite a while ago. But yeah, it's like very like all their other videos are in a different language. I can't remember which one, but I just find it funny that they upload my video and it's like very clearly no. They just took my video and then uploaded it. So the rest of the channel's in whatever language, and then my video is just in English. And I'm like, if someone took it and translated it, I don't think I would be like, I don't care really either way, but I think that would be less like egregious. But the fact that you just went, I'm going to download this video and upload it.
We have to find Golodir before it is too late. Quickly, we may not have much time.
Did they steal my... They took my description as well. Yeah, like I said, if they took the video but then like translated it into, I don't know, French, German, whatever, then I wouldn't mind. I think that would actually be more useful. There's actually a Lotro point farming video that was in, I want to say French, and it didn't have subtitles, and YouTube subtitles were a bit weird as well. So basically what I wanted to do is kind of take that video and then make it into an English version, because it was actually a really good video. It was just, there wasn't like, I knew what it was because I knew what it was. Like, I knew the game enough, and I've done the content and whatever, and Lotro point farming was for a while kind of my thing. Still kind of is. Hey, Ghost, it's that guy we killed, except a little bit smaller. I think it is, technically. I never did. They actually got rid of the video at one point. I have a copy of it downloaded somewhere. I think they... I remember seeing a video, like a video was released after my Lotro point farming video, which then got an article written about it, and then they said something about how I made a video and they wanted to make it better.
But I will be satisfied to give my last, removing you and your master from this.
I can't remember. I've got it in my somewhere in my bookmarks. Here it was. Yeah, so the video was on Massively Overpowered. That's why I remember it now. Yeah, there was an article, and it was how to farm 570 Lotro points in under 3 hours. The problem with the video is you needed like a special code that gave you a Slayer accelerator straight away that was 1.5 hours, which isn't a big deal now because it's through 6 hours. Anyway, doesn't matter. Oh yeah, they commented about how they saw my video and they wanted to do a better one. Which is interesting. I find it weird when I see my username written somewhere. Like, I don't even write my username. It's my username. I want to try something real quick. Give me a sec. Okay, I'm back. Oh, I always forget Golod. Like, his quest ring is always underneath. It's so confusing to me. I have my one TikTok video as well. I just searched my own username and I was like, I wonder what shows up. My TikTok with that one video I uploaded. I was like, oh, I wonder if I can actually, like, I was like, it's one of those things where I'm like, I should.
I can't believe he is gone.
I have 5 followers and 22 likes and 720 videos. See, I looked up my video or my username, and on the second page was a Pinterest page with Lotro episode 500. Why is Why are my videos on Pinterest? That's so odd.
For Galadir. Fight onward. The battle is not
Horn, I'm
yet
so
ended.
sorry. That was going to happen to you.
So much death. The field is
not even just that video, it's a lot of
tinged with
videos.
the blood of my kinsmen.
That's so confusing. I don't know how Pinterest. Pinterest is that website where I like look up something and it ends up. I click on links and then it ends up being. Yeah, I click on thing. I'm like, oh wait, no, that's.
How long can Aylmer hope
It was actually more, and then I think I just started releasing a load of stuff. I think I accidentally released like a couple videos in the same day, or like 2 videos a day for a while, so it's kind of spammy for a bit. And I think some people unsubbed because of it. I think it's very easy to remain subbed to a channel that hasn't uploaded in a while because you forget it's a thing. I think it's like there have been times where I, you know, have been subbed to a channel and then they, for whatever reason, and then they don't upload for ages and then they upload and I'm like, oh, I'm not really as into this content.
The might of Mordor was not thwarted. It was merely redirected. Kill them all.
I'm so sorry, Horn. I think the ratio is pretty good. I've generally thought to myself, if the ratio is like 1 sub to 1 video, I was actually happy about that for a while. I think it should be fine. You shouldn't. Did I break it? I think I broke him. I was literally talking about how I shouldn't break him, but I broke him. 1.4k views, videos in it. Imagine it uploading that many videos. Yeah, it'd definitely get people unsubscribing. I need to redo this quest, which means I have to wait 5 minutes. Actually, I think... Wait, no.
For Galadir.
I can do this. If I do... I like how school is my generic go-to instance. It's because it's got a door right behind it. I can just jump out.
The school at Thom Mirdine was once a pinnacle of learning during the age of the Noldor, but it has now
Cool.
fallen into disrepair.
I just want to
and is
relive Horn's
overrun
death
by the
again.
minions of Sauron,
So,
who seeks greater
yeah,
knowledge
very
of the
fitting.
rings of power.
Fight onward.
I mean, I don't know how much the main channel has. It's kind of funny. The main channel, my main channel, actually started as me specifically making a separate channel to upload 1 video to because I didn't want it on my like actual YouTube channel.
Death.
Not
The
actual
field
YouTube
is
channel. I didn't have any content before, but how do I find how many videos I've got? I don't even know. Just say if I search my username. Oof. So many. I should have done that short again.
King no more. How long
That
can
short
Aylmer
was-
hope to last?
Decent. Yeah, majority of that's going to just be one video. I hate my YouTube at the minute. Not like my channel, but like my YouTube is so laggy. I don't know why.
Did you think
I might like redo my description and everything. I don't think people really read descriptions, but my description was written in that era where for a little while everybody wrote what their everybody wrote their like specs in the description. And I don't think it really matters. I don't think people really ask anymore. A lot of people do used to ask what my specs were. Okay, so I can fight you two. I do not want to fight him. If I kill him while he's still in his dialogue, that's what messes it up. So I'm going to wait. I'm actually going to auto. I'm 140. I helped kill a dragon. I actually haven't done that yet. So, but anyway. There we go. Now I can do it. I sequence broke it, but not in a good way. I soft lock myself. It's funny, my description is actually wrong. Everything is correct for the most part. Processor, motherboard, RAM, GPU, microphone, headphones. That's all correct. Monitors is wrong, so I got a new one. And I don't really record with Morellis anymore. I do kind of. I to have to record for that. No, this is a mini. What, I can't remember what the pun is for this character's name. Afka translates to dandelion, which is from The Witcher, if I remember correctly.
Why have you come?
So.
These are my friends and my kin.
Come on,
You've come
Gothmog,
by
we can take you out.
dangerous roads to put an end to you and your evil.
My webcam, does it jump? Is it stuttery? Yeah, it does that sometimes. I have to like bring up the I think I have to bring up one of the softwares, because technically, see, this will fix it because I brought it up now as like in the background, but if I've got it minimized, not minimized, but like if I minimize it, it does this, right? But if I bring it up, it's smooth again. It's weird. It's really inconsistent, but I don't, it just like, if I have it on the side, it's distracting. And so I don't know how to do it. Sometimes I think my camera needs to be zoomed. The problem is, so my camera, when I set it up, I'll have like settings. I have it in like specific points. I can actually like set it to different things. Yeah, it'll be NVIDIA broadcast. Well, see, this is the issue. So my camera goes through the actual camera software into NVIDIA Broadcast, into OBS. So there's like a lot of
such grief.
Failure.
How can it be? How did he muster the
because it's up now.
to
Like it's
come?
up in the side, but it's still lagging. See, I don't. But I don't know.
Servant of Sauron.
And it's on
hearken
performance
to
as
me.
well. What if I blur it even more? Just super blur the background. Does that make it better or worse? Like, if it's just blurs more, does it have less to worry about? Because it can be a little bit more, like, finicky? Like, how does that... I don't know. Either way, it's a pain.
I have come out of the years of darkness to defy your master and all for which he stands. Sauron will fall, and Mordor will perish. And
I mean, I can
you
remove the
will
blur,
know
but I like
the
having the
darkness
blur
of true
because
oblivion.
it's a bit messy behind
The
me.
dawning of a new age is upon us.
Alright, see
Be
you,
gone,
Ghost.
For there is no place in it for...
Is that, or I can do like the complete background removal, which is there, which might be a little less like problematic because you can just get rid of everything. But then what's the point in the box? And then I also, it's not a green screen though. It's just blurring my background. Like this is my actual background. Like I can physically go back here and touch the stuff, but I thought about getting a green screen, but then just taking a photo of the background. Yeah, I could get rid of the effect, but the problem, like I said, the problem is I like having the blur because I think it's more interesting, but also it means I don't have to keep behind me super clean. That is the genuine reason. One of the reasons.
We have the victory, but it has cost us so much.
All right, I need to sell some stuff. I think as well, like it's generally fine until Lotro starts like really trying to use my GPU, which is weird because it's not like GPU intensive, but it does like really try and like. Yeah, I like having the chat box covered though. That's kind of the bigger thing for me because I have done streams where I had the background, I think, just removed, and I sort of fell on the blur being a more interesting look, but also it means I can like cover the chat because sometimes people just like to argue in the chat, but I still like to have the chat open, like while chat not. I need to go after battle. So it's nice to be able to black it out. I think for when I played Elden Ring, I could be wrong, but I didn't. I can't remember. Right, so I may as well keep the polished marble trinket because that's a thing. Enhancement runes I will keep. I don't really care for the model because I've already got one. I'll keep my delving stuff, so that's fine. Any armor is a no, and I think everything else can go. Cool, an extra 2 gold. Why not?
How may I help you, friend?
Okay, so enhance, not enchants. Enhance runes. Let's go get those done. Bob, bob, bob. There we are. And then we want income. I want to have a look at how many incomparable 86, 86, 86, 86, 101. So I've got four 101s. That's the thing. Thing is as well, though, and I am bad with this, but technically, if I'm not doing too much moving, though I do sort of swing around a lot, it shouldn't be that noticeable with the camera. And I think that's the bigger thing. I don't know if they do more work with the video broadcast at any point. Weird.
Aragorn wishes to call a council.
Aragorn? I don't know why the way he said that's kind of an odd way. I also need to shut the 20,000 pages of the wiki I have up. Too many. I'm actually curious to see how quick or not this is going to be, because we don't have a war steed. So a lot of this is going to be, you go through Osgiliath, you kill some enemies, that's fine. Then you come up to North Ithilien, then you go do this stuff here. Then you go up to Henith and Nun, and then you kind of run over here for a bit. And like, because we're just doing the epic, we're not actually worrying about otherwise. And then go up to Aragorn's camp. I actually think it shouldn't be too bad, but Book 7, Chapter 1. Oh, because I didn't put a space between Book 7, that why? You didn't think that exists?
I thank you for coming.
Okay.
We have been to see Merry, where he lies in the Houses of Healing.
My axe is not yet.
So, how many quests are there? So, Council of Captains, which takes a little bit, but that's not a huge issue. Great Jest, Loud Departure, Garden of Gondor, Window into the West, Ambush, Resolved by Secret Steps. That is, by Secret Steps is another Tracery token. Gondorian one, that's fine. And then Book 8, Mordor Triumphant, is the other one. And then Book 9, which will also hopefully get done today as well, which Book 9 is super incredibly easy now that you don't have to do interludes, is a thing there. I actually think we could have just skipped technically to By Secret Steps. I think. I actually don't know. I'm actually curious.
Time is short.
If that's doable. Or is it no other way? One of them you can just like do straight away. It's not beginning to heal.
Aragorn has called for a council to determine his next course.
Maybe we'll like skip over there early and see if there's a one that we can go for. Ineligible. Why are all these ineligible? No idea. Anyway, let's stop getting distracted. To be fair, this is kind of the perfect time to be distracted because there's nothing going on for a bit. It's pretty chill for a second. All I've got to do is make sure we are slightly paying attention because we have to like talk to Gandalf, then we have to talk to Imrahil, then we have to talk to Éomer, and you know. Stuff like that, so. I lied. First we have to talk to Imrahil. Or maybe we did first talk to Gandalf. It doesn't really matter. We just have to talk to a load of people. We don't necessarily have to like pay attention. We've done this content enough. We get the general gist of, hey, we're gonna go like distract him with a load of people so that Frodo has an easier time. That's just kind of the gist of it. for the most part. In fact, I actually should be slightly further out because it makes it easier to see who I have to talk to. The amount of times on this quest, because I have ended up doing this one a lot, is I've been like stood here and then I have to go talk to Eomer or whatever or Elfhelm, and he's not in my like actual view, so I don't pay attention. If I see a quest ring like above Gandalf's head here, then I'm like, yeah, cool, I know what's going on. But if you're off to the side in the corner like Gimli over here, then a little bit different. He is really struggling to walk right now. Are you okay there, buddy? Nearly there? Okay, okay. He's found his feet. He's found his footing. Yeah, man. It makes me wish, and I don't know how, like, I don't think they'd ever do it, but it's one of those things I kind of wish happened. And I think it's ever since, like, I played Cyberpunk originally, and you can hold down, like, X to speed through conversation. I wish there was some way of getting through these ones that are, like, repetitive, but I think it would be fair if you could do that, but only if you've already played it through once. Like, I have done this on Faerûn, I've done this on Tar Valon, I've done this on Reneborn. The fact I've done that should mean I should be able to have like a little skip button that lets me just like skip the purely dialogue quests, in my opinion, because like I'm not gaining anything out of this except silence. And being very awkward on a horse that doesn't exist under me. It's always fun. And yet, what did swiftness proved an error? He did not crush Gondor with that first throw. I mean, what I could do is just like slightly pay attention to my inventory for a bit. The problem is this character has nothing of like particular worth. Has a few enhancement runes, legendary, these ones as well. That's just from old reward tracks. Speaking of reward tracks, we maybe see where we're at. We were on like 28 last time. We're on 31, nearly 32. By the end of this, we'll be at 32. I need to go talk to Mithrandir. Don't know why I always have to say his name like that, but whatever. By the end of this quest, even though it's overleveled, we're overleveled for it, we should probably get to 32, which is complete 31, be on to 32, which will be nice. Problem is, I make a load of progress in the first bit of the reward track, and then when I get further into the reward track and further into the time, I'm like, yeah, right now I'm like, yeah, I'm a third of the way there, and it's only been a couple days. Like, I'm definitely gonna get there in time. I'm gonna, like, not saying I didn't last time, I definitely got there in time. Isengard Dispeller cosmetic armor. But that's already a thing. I have that already. I have that armor. That's weird. Unless it's different. I could have a look. Yeah, I always get to like close to the end and then I like fall off on it a bit. Technically, it's really difficult to fall off on the reward track if you're just playing the game, because you just passively, for doing any quest, even off-level quests, as long as they're over 45, you should get it, or 50-ish. So let's do this. So a lot of skills. They're just gonna keep adding. Why? I've never done this before. Oh, there are still stuff. Yeah, because normally it'll be like, yeah, there's nothing left. Let's go talk to whoever I have to talk to. Cool. That's so weirdly done. Why does it just keep adding? Oh, I should look up, like, just jump, like, a number forward. I don't know. I should just look up Dispeller. I mean, I don't mind it. I've always talked about the idea of I don't mind getting stuff. Yeah, Isengard Dispeller and then Isengard Dispeller, and then that's this stuff that we already have. This stuff was available for a short time, I think, as VIP. So it's no longer available. I know people have asked me about it, at least. Yeah, so had an active VIP subscription that logged into the game between September 5th and September 30th, 2019. So that was like 4 years ago now. Yeah, 4 years ago. And it's one of those things where slightly like, oh, okay. I mean, I'm not really in it for the armor anyway. It's like, oh, it's nice to have, but I'm more in for that. I'm in for that item for the correct token, the enhancement runes, and the ancient script, not necessarily cosmetics. But
this is not the easy
so yeah, I'm not that fussed that it's an item that we've already previously obtained or whatever.
Decided.
But
I have need of your
I think it's actually a really good thing. It's like I've talked about again.
It's good to see you again.
I've talked about in the past the idea of, oh hey, it's nice if people would be able to get these older items, older horses and stuff, just bring them back. And I think the reward track is a good way of doing that. I think the difficulty thing would be a good way to do it though. There was a horse for VIP as well. They brought that, Steed of the Eldar. I think they made that a thing that you could get. So I wonder if there's any other VIP specific items or similar things like promotional items that would be a thing. Like cosmetics make sense, and horses, and I don't think there's any pets that you can't get anymore that I can think of off the top of my head. I wonder then, is there anything at 75? Like, is 75 an item that we've already got? Feisty Wolverine, not that I know of. 50 Maple Kite. Kind of cool, Maple Kite. Kites are a weird one for me. I'm like, oh, they're kind of cool, and then I'd never use them. Floating lanterns. I'm curious about how that works. It's a decoration, so it's going to be if it was a pet or something, then I'd be very curious. All right, I should get back on the quest category thing for this one. So, Great Jest, allowed departure. I don't know. Yeah, we literally just like go trap to some guys on Osgiliath in the Pelennor Fields, then we go to Osgiliath, then we run through Osgiliath, kill 12 enemies, I think, and then go carry on. So Osgiliath is one of those areas, again, it's kind of like Far and Orient, where if you do the side content, there's a lot of content. It's, I guess North Ithilien is also the same. Like, but if you're just doing the epic, you literally go across here, kill some enemies, and then move. Like, and there's not a massive amount of quests there. I think it's only like 12 or something. But at least there's some content there. And it leads into you being able to get an extra 50 gold, which we might do. I don't know how much I need 50 gold. Like, I'm not really into this for the gold at the minute. It's more just the, hey, I'd like to level up, please. Not level up, but like sort out my gear. The tracery tokens. So that's another North Ithilien box. But like I said, I think North Ithilien boxes I am good on at the minute. But it's good to know the choices there. Oh, I've got some 101 enhancement runes. Forgot about that. We get more of those later as well, but that can go on something. Like if I need crit, for example, right? For some reason, like again, upgrading what I have now to the next tier should give me enough crit to take off an essence. But if I am like a little bit under crit otherwise, I can then add some legendary trace enhanced runes to level it up a little bit more to squeeze that bit extra. Because we aren't going to be getting any more offensive skills from virtues now. So we are limited in that regard.
I fought in the battle and saw more than my share.
Worst case scenario, we just put on an essence that covers what we need. Finesse is a weird one, kind of as well in that regard, where there's no... I don't have essences for finesse.
I will be
It is
pleased to
technically
sound my
fate,
horn on behalf
so I
of
could put on a
the
fate essence and then that leads into finesse, which I might do. I don't know what the Ithilien infused fate. Like if fate gives me tactical mastery. Oh yeah, I remember. If it gave me like, I don't know, fate and then it also gave me crit, for example, I'd be like, yeah, I'll get a legendary one of those. I wonder actually, Ithilien infused, and then I'll take off everything that isn't here, like these boxes and stuff. Oh, these are, damn it. So agility is physical mastery, crit is crit defense, fate is tactical mastery. Might is that's fine. Tactical mitigation, crit defense, tactical mastery is crit. Is physical mastery crit? Physical mitigation, crit defense. Physical mastery was crit as well. Morale was fate. That is an idea. That can go with it. So if I look up tempered and oh no, morale. I mean, fate is the thing, right? But $106 fate, and like, how much morale is that? 163.125 vitality. So yeah, we lose vitality, but if we go like need that bit of fate, like if 100 fate puts us over the edge of like finesse to be at 30%, then maybe we'll just go with that. I'm sure as well I can switch around a couple of virtues if I need to get, you know, if I take off, I don't know what gives. I think I've got like all offensive. If I took off loyalty and put on zeal, I don't know. I don't really think there's anything that adds finesse. Otherwise, I haven't already got on. So valor I've already got, and wit I've already got, and then these two don't add. No, that does that. So I've got the 3 finesse ones on. Whatever. Be fine. So I think the Aragorn's Pavilion questline would give us a ton of... I think it gives us armor. I think it gives us Ithilien essences as well. And I think it also gives us extracts. At the moment, though, I don't know how needed that is. So, I mean, Host of the West silver pieces, but I also don't feel like those are too needed, to be honest. So I can North Ithilien essence. I can get some tracery boxes, but only in comparables and uncommons, which is weird. Yeah, it looks like I only get 1. I get a North Ithilien essence, tracery incomparable 101,
hello.
and a vial of amber extract.
I would see you again so soon.
What do I get from these? Anything? Anything at all? 101 uncommon. Shoulder pads. Another Ithilien essence box. Yeah, I don't think. It's funny how I had so many Ithilien essence boxes and I didn't even send all of Reneborn's over either. Oh, I should totally kill some enemies over here. I normally just go to this bit. And I love the range on that skill. Makes life so much easier. Go to the eastern entrance. I do need to spend a bit of time on this character though. It's the issue. I've talked about it before. I want to like maybe like week to week focus on one specific character. Feyrand will kind of always come first anyway, but be like, okay, while I'm waiting on cooldowns, or while I don't necessarily want to play Feyrand today, or if I want to go do something else, like I'm waiting for like something or any reason, I want to try and like choose a 140 or potentially some of my other like Kestor who's like leveling up at the minute, and just like fully focus on them for a bit. Because I realized with Skarshu today, I have delving gear, but my jewelry is kind of weak a little bit, and my traceries are a little bit lower. Like they're 121s, not 131s. So they work. They're just like a lot lower than they could be. And I'm like, I could build that up. And with Thrang being on at the minute, if I can get a little bit of gear upgrades, you know, like I think tier 2s are going to be a bit difficult for me to get into, but tier 1s I can probably like get into without needing massively good gear, as long as I can up my 130 stuff. So like get this gone, these will be fine. These are 130, that's 140, that's 140, so it's at least something. So I just need 1, 2, 3, kind of 4, 5 items changed, and then hopefully that will allow me to build up more. It's like I said about, you know, I can build up to tier 4s at the minute, and then I can build up to tier 7s and etc. I really need to work on these though. Wait, why don't I have... Oh yeah, I did that really dumb thing where I really focused on one at first rather than do anything else. So yeah, my honesty is all that I'm focusing on right now, and I haven't got the other 3. I did this character very weirdly. I need to definitely do some virtue point obtaining at some point. I'm actually on that topic. I think this is why I haven't done it, is I wanted to wait until there was I wanted to wait until a VIP, not a VIP, like a virtue boost. I think I missed the last one. The next one is the beginning of August, and that's a 20% boost. I could also just do a load of low-level content with virtues and just have difficulty on, which also works. Because like me running around Wildwoods at 140, not going to be a problem. Finishing off that, finishing off these. Shire, I've only done the beginning stuff. I think, obviously, I've done Eredlin. This stuff is just delvings. Have I done Lonelands? I haven't even touched Lonelands. I'm not going to worry about Thorndal, because I don't need the experience, obviously. If I had a War Steed and I could actually like fight enemies while I was running through, that would have been like clever. But yeah, that's like just like spend a week on a character, go, you know, maybe choose Afka first, and then next week it'll be Skarshu, and then next week it'll be, you know, Reneborn or whatever, and then slowly, rather than jumping around a load of characters all the time, just be like, okay, this week I'm going to do my weeklies on here. That gets me enough embers to buy a new piece of gear, blah, blah, blah. Speaking of embers. Yeah. Okay. I mean, one easy thing as well I can do is I just need to go do Gundabad. Because if I go do Gundabad, that's a very easy way for me to get, you know, slightly better earrings and stuff, you know, and a cloak upgrade and some essences. That's another thing that I haven't got right now, is I don't have essences on here because I don't like... Okay, I do. Never mind. I don't have many essences on because I don't want to use essences to then switch out to other essences, even if I can just use Humble and like get those pretty easily. So I almost have to like break down the character to rebuild them back up. Problem with Mini, I find, is not many people want red Mini a lot of the time. So which is currently what we're spec'd as. This is such a long travel. Takes so long. Nevermore have I wanted a war steed in my life. You can do 2 specs, but I think for now it's like, so I can go blue line, that's fine. I then have to get more traceries, which is like kind of then double the work. Though also if I'm opening up boxes, like if I'm doing my weekly missions and I'm opening up tracery boxes and I get like a blue spec thing rather than a red spec thing, I could just put that on another legendary and slowly build that up. But there is a plugin that I had, I don't know if I've got it installed in a minute, Build Swapper. I was testing with that because of Fayrand. I do like the idea. I used to have something set up similar on sequence bars, but it's essentially the same, where it's like, hey, this is my red line spec, I'll click in here, and then it switches me to all my armor that I need and my weapons, blah, blah, blah. And then I've got a blue line spec, so when I'm in red, it opens up the blue one if I want to swap or whatever. So like tanking to DPS, which is an interesting idea. I wanted to set up on Fayrand first, but because I'm jumping between gear so much, and less so now, but because I was jumping through so much gear at the time, so that you'd have to do yourself. Essentially, it's just like a button, like a separate button like this, where it unequips. Because the issue right now is if I were to add if I had 2 earrings, right, and I clicked on earring number 1 in my inventory, it would switch with this one. If I clicked earring number 2, it would switch with my first one. That's kind of the issue. So what it would do is it would take off this earring, take off this earring, so then it fills in the gap. That's kind of the bigger thing for the doubled up jewelry pieces. But all I'd have to do then is, you know, click to 1 here, which is, why am I on 2? Click to 1, and then I would just have to click a button on the screen a bunch of times. And it would do that. I think I can get a decent amount of virtual experience though, just by doing some explorer stuff, I think. Have I done? I haven't even done explorer. Okay. Huh. How's that happened? Yeah, Road to Rivendell. There's a couple quests in like Mathithel and Yondershire that do quite a few virtual experience. So. And anything I get from missions as well can just be chumped into a specific character for that week, because Fayrand is going to overcap significantly, I think, on virtual experience when completing all the deeds. So it is going to be a bit of wasted virtual experience, but kind of has to happen, unfortunately. Has to do that like weird reset. It kind of makes up for the amount that I've traded over the years it's been a character. We're nearly there, and we're not even like fully there in a minute, but we're not up to Camp of the Host yet. Actually, that's what I said I was going to do, right? I was just going to run over to Camp of the Host first, and I wanted to see what quest we can just like immediately do. So I think that's a thing, right? It's not really going to matter in regards to this character specifically, or what we're doing for this character, which is we are getting our remaining tracery tokens, because once we've got the 3 from this character by, you know, doing the extra 2 books, you know, was it end of book 7, end of book 8? Once we've done those 2, that's everything for our legendary weapon, so we don't have to worry about, like, you know, maybe jumping up or whatever. But if we can like get easy ones, if we can just like start at a different book and then do like 5 quests and get a tracery token kind of thing, yeah, it's not a huge issue that we're going to use in the future, but it is something, I guess. It's good to have the knowledge at the very least. Right. Forgot how long this takes. I should have technically jumped down here, then jumped into... But the problem is this quest would have failed because do not enter the Forbidden Pool. We would have ended up entering the Forbidden Pool because we would have forced ourselves to die by jumping off into the Forbidden Pool. So it would have sent us like here, which is technically closer, but the setup and also the fact that we would fail a quest and then have to wait 5 minutes for it to restart would have been a pain. Whereas this way, we can just run over and then Stable Master back and then just carry on as we were. Did I say we get to 31? We're on 30, yeah, 32. I wonder if there's any that I've got like really close to doing, because again, the both issue and blessing and curse of this character is because I haven't done anything with the character. All I have to do is like go to Eregion and I can just do some like you know, school and library of Tham Mirdain and get that one done. You know, Dunlending Slayer will eventually also get finished for that, and then I'm probably sure I've killed like some other stuff because of it. You know, getting to these areas is not difficult as well, and just like, I don't think it's good virtual experience, but there are some pretty easy, like Moria as well is especially one where you don't have to, like, if I can just find the one Flaming Deep place, that's 2,000, and then I don't think I have them started. Oh no, okay, yeah. So Nud Malik and Fellowships of the Footsteps of the Fellowship are essentially the same deed, not quite, but kind of. Generally, if you do the content, you'll just end with the first hall and the western each art for both of them of the bridge, and because of that, you can get like a pretty easy like 8,000, I think it is. Yeah, 8,000 virtual experience, like that. No other way.
Hope of victory.
Okay, so No Other Way is the end, so the start of the next book, which would give us another cracked Gondorian tracery by Secret Steps. No, sorry. Mordor Triumphant would give us a cracked Gondorian tracery. And then book 9 gives us a tracery box, but not a token. So we do still want to head back.
Every victory, no matter how small.
Am I talking to Mablung? Oh, he's down there. Yeah, we do still want to do
These are troublesome
the
times.
Henethan and stuff. That's good to know. That means every time, yeah, because every time I go through to get to Moria, or sorry, Mordor, so I was talking about Moria, we'll get an extra token. Which is something, I guess.
Gondor needs
Okay,
your aid.
let's give this a shot. I mean, it's not a difficult quest by any means, but... Main cabin and the lookout point. Just going to be up here. Kind of weird being on, like, kind of just a pure black steed, but also just wearing pure white. It's kind of like... doesn't quite match. Maybe that makes it better. Maybe I should have the bottom of the character be grey, so it's like fading into, you know, black to white. Talk to Aragorn outside. What a pain. He's like, you know, go look at everything and then come back out to me. I'm not going to meet you in there. That would make too much sense. Did I say how many there were? Yeah, it's not like it was going to be much better to like skip this, because if we're on book or chapter 6 now,
Enemies may remain.
chapter 6 is easy. Chapter 7 is just a, you have to kill 3 enemies. That's it. Resolve. We have to die, but technically we don't have to. It's quicker. And then just get the supply cache. So that's probably the worst one. And by secret steps is just go to the thing and then head to the Slag Hills and then do that quest. So honestly, chapter 8 is probably the worst bit of this quest line. And even then, that's not terrible.
Did you see that?
I also want to double check ancient script 3990. Yeah, so I need 3,000 remaining. Well, I need 3,000 total, which means we have about 1,000 remaining, plus all the ancient script I've got stocked up in my alt accounts or alt characters. So yeah, we're all good on that front, and then I can actually save a little bit of inventory space as well, which is kind of useful by getting that all going and like manage more stuff. And then depending on how long this taken us 2 hours so far, what I might end up doing is getting a little bit of work started on the Epilogue of Rust questline, which is what leads us into not only the 106 legendary boxes that we can obtain, but at the same time also leads us into what was it? The Thranduil's armor stuff, which is like essentially the raid armor minus the step bonus, pretty much, which is what we're probably going to use. I feel like if it's so much easier to get and basically the same item, but I don't have to do a raid and made like multiple weeks and hope I get the drop, I'm gonna choose the easier choice, really, because like the difference isn't massive. If the difference is literally a damage over time pulse and like 500 agility, when we're probably going to be overcapped on agility, like physical mastery and crit and stuff, I just don't think that's a problem,
Have spoken to
really. So yeah, that's my perspective on that so far. I get that it came out after, and therefore, like, you know, it is technically, it's like, it is worse than the raid armor because the raid armor you've like actually spent time getting and stuff, and then they release the kind of quest pack, and it's like a way to catch up in a sense. But that's kind of the good thing about retroactively going back, kind of like this, with that level cap, like there. It's like when we go to 140 eventually, we're just going to be able to just do delving gear rather than, you know, have to get Gundabad 135 crafted stuff and that be our best in slot for a while. Or even hidden horde stuff. That's also
wish to help. I will find others of my people who wish to help.
Orcs and Easterlings have set a trap for the host of the West, but now we seek to foil the ambush before it can be sprung.
103, 101. So we got 27 of those. What did I say I needed? It was like 60 of these, and I have like 4 left, so I might not have enough. And then I need 30 of those. So I actually almost wonder then. Window in the West. Incomparable. What gives us rare? So we can switch exquisite wood carvings for 101 rares. There is an idea there. I think you can barter for them. Can you not do it with Host of the West silver pieces? Maybe? I don't know. I like how he's whispering and I'm like, nah, I'm just going to play my drum at max volume. I think I should be fine. I think I've done this before with one-shotting the enemy, the guy at the end, and then it doesn't really matter. I think I can run up now. Or does he not spawn until then? Such a good point. When does he spawn? Oh. Never mind. I didn't realize there was more enemies. I was just thinking how many orcs I had to kill, not necessarily how many... I'm curious. I just want to see when he spawns. There we go. He dead, and they all dead. Sorry, Gimli. You're a little bit late to the party. I'm not gonna lie. I expected more from you, but... I don't know. Cool. So that's all fine, easy, etc. We all good there.
We dispersed our foes.
Bit of a pain that we have to go outside to talk to Aragon after, but fine. One thing I am maybe hoping for as well is if I can get some bolts of Rushcloth. I was actually able to get some today, which was quite nice. So maybe we'll be able to get some sorted there. Another thing I need to do is run around once again and get a load of Foragers baskets, because they can contain the Athelian items for our extra crafting. I think I have enough to get away with almost all of it. If I'm like down a bit of vitality, like if I'm down 7 vitality, and the difference is 7 vitality for grinding out this one item, then I'm probably not going to go with it, because I don't need the extra physical mastery either. But if I have enough, or I can like somewhat easily get enough. That's why I keep checking the auction hall. It's kind of easy because I can just look at Athelian, and it's like not the items I want. And then Daggerlad is also one I keep looking up, but I could buy these, but I have enough already. I don't think it's needed. Oh no, I died. What item am I looking for? I was just trying to see, assuming, I think this is what I was looking for. I was just looking to see the easiest way of me getting 101 rare enhancement runes. Nothing massive. I think I have enough on the altars, on like Feyrand as well, to get what I need. I think that's the only item I was talking about looking for. So I was going to look at the Host of the West stuff, but Host of the West still shows like old legendary items. Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, that's what I was chatting about. Like I should have enough. I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that might be enough. I used all my Athelian gems up today. I think it was 9 items, but it's only 9 that I need if I get the finely whittled carving. And if I don't get it, I'm not gonna like be too upset. I'm not holding back the character just because I don't get that one item because people aren't running Throne. So yeah. Because yeah, I used oh, actually, also on top of that, I also have like, I think I have like 6 more. I want to say I have 6 more of the woodworker ones on my woodworker. So I actually think I'm fine. I think I needed more North Athelian essences. The thing I was doing is I was crafting 4, taking the 4 regular ones off, replacing them, and then sending them over to upgrade, if that makes sense. I think that's why I didn't think I had enough, but I do have enough. I think I should be fine for now. Oh hey, that's not a very hidden ranger cache. It's like right there. For now, my main thing... Not even my main thing. One thing I'm trying to see if I can get, because I don't know if you can get it tier 1, is I want to see if ancient Ithil coins. Because I do think if I can get boss 4, 5... No. If I can redo 1, 2, 3, and then do 5 and 6, and then trade one armor piece over for the full raid set, I think that's probably the best idea. Unfortunately, I have to kind of rely on other people to be running it as well. And I could set my own one up, but I don't really feel fully comfortable being the one to set that up. Are they this far up? I don't think they're this far up. Aha. And one more after this. There we go. I was about to have a really good idea, and then I realized it didn't work. I was going to say how, like, you know how I was saying earlier, I'm going to try and see if this works, but, like, spend a week focusing on one character, and then the next week focusing on a different character, and making sure I do missions, and using those missions to, like, upgrade my legendaries and all that jazz. I was like, oh, that's really good, because I can be helping that character, and I can get some reputation terms for, you know, Host of the West to get celebrated for my Quartermaster's cloak. And then I realized, no. That's not the case, because the choice is you go for legendary items or you go for the rep item, like character boost or legendary boost. So I can't, which sucks. I'd rather go legendary boost because like legendary one means I can just like upgrade stuff and become stronger, whereas the other one's just like, oh, I have to spend one less quest kind of situation. I did have to use my last one today because my last rep accelerator, because I realized ever since level 95, I was looking at deeds that we haven't done yet. And on Faerend, one of the deeds we hadn't done was in a pear tree, which is a level 95 deed for eating 5 different types of 5 item, or 5 of 5 different types of items. So 25 bits of food total. And you have to have a cook with ally to the Ents of Fangorn to make all 5 of them. And they're single-use recipes. Luckily, they make 5, so it's not so bad. But I realized, luckily, I was like 7,000 rep away. Oh, what am I doing? 7,000 rep-ish away from getting ally on Tarvelar. So
sometimes indeed.
At least I was able to do that. I hate the idea of doing those seed quests again, but I still need to do them eventually at some point to I need to get those 2 remaining pets. Because I got one of them. I think I have a duplicate. No, I have a duplicate of the decoration. That was it.
What did you learn at Bartanaher, my friend?
Okay, let us reassure worried soldiers. Everything's going to be fine. Do not worry. I don't know how random it is, because every time I remember, at least, I've like talked to them, there's no one else down there, there's no quest ring, and then I come up here. I'm going to keep an eye on the minimap. Maybe it shows up when I talk to this person. But I used to do that and then come back down, and then there would be 2 more to talk to. Back exactly where I was. So I don't know if they just respawn. Like, he wasn't there. You know? And then I guess I can just come down here, maybe? Yeah, another one spawned up there. I think there's one outside as well. It's fine. There's a lot of you down here to reassure. Do not worry. Do not worry yourselves. I feel like I do that a lot during this whole, like, kind of content piece. It's like during the Battle of Minas Tirith, it's like reassure these people, and then there's another one where like during the epic battles as well, you kind of have to do the same, and it's like here as well. I think there's another quest similar. We're just a very good motivational speaker. I mean, we are a minstrel, so I mean, it kind of goes with the theme in a sense, but other characters, I don't know. Hey, Aragorn. I'm gonna go meet you at your camp.
Thank you for your efforts, my friend.
How may I help you, friend?
Okay. So one more quest, and that's another token. Then we've got the Battle of the Black Gate, essentially, which also should be very quick compared to Kestor, because we're gonna one-shot everything, pretty much, except maybe the big trolls or whatever.
We are close to the Black Land of Mordor.
Cool.
I want to keep Sauron's eye focused on us for as long as we can.
Yeah, you know what? And then do you know what I do? Is I go pick up those heads. So I'm also helping there. I think it's the only one I do a lot of the time, because a lot of the time I end up AFKing it, and because like I'll tap back in and the heads will be on the floor, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I can just do this one and get like a couple extra points. Why not? I actually made a new character alongside Ghost yesterday. Was it yesterday? I think it was. And once I got to level 10, I was like, I'm trying to stay close to his level, because I level up a lot quicker than Ghost does. Because I decided to do Before the Shadow as well, and
wait a moment if you
but I was like, do I do epic battles and like get some epic battle jewelry at level like 10ish? Is that going over the top?
I trust you, Fyron, and
when I get to level 50 though, I am definitely going and getting some Osgiliath gear. I think that's just how I play the game now.
Without knowing what awaits us. I have sent trustworthy.
I know it's broken and I'm aware of it,
us on the battle plane.
But that doesn't stop me. Before the Orc Patrol returns. I want to actually have a look at this. I wonder if it actually has anything on the wiki about it. Because, so By Secret Steps is an instance. If you attack... Okay. Because I've during this instance, I've always snuck past the enemies. I've never fought them. I was under the impression, like, if you fight them, you fail the quest. But the first thing on the walkthrough note says, if you avoid being seen, there's no combat required in this instance. So can I just, like, fight through it? I kind of want to do that this run. Because that might be quicker. Like, if you can fight through it and, like, one-shot them. It also says, always move at the same speed as the rangers do. But, like, I swear you don't see them through it. Maybe I'm just outrunning them constantly. I feel like I only see them at the end where they just magically spawn ahead of me. That's interesting. Oh, I've just remembered something. We have to do the quest at the front of the gate. I can't remember what that's called, but we've got to do it. Yeah, the Black Gate. It's fitting. I don't like that instance. Do not approach the Black Gate during the instance. It is an instant death. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, do not be seen by any of the foes. Okay, I'm just gonna fight them. Like, I'm just gonna... So roughly last year or the year before, a little bit before last year, they actually made it so that it was a lot more free to play friendly. because you can now get up to, so the level cap is 140, but you can get to 95 through the epic quest without having to spend a single penny. It used to be like level 30-ish before you had to start, buying expansions and stuff. So you can get up to level 95, and then if you do end up going and subscribing as VIP, you get all the content except the most recent expansion. So it's a lot better than it used to be. And one of the nice things is you can entirely play the game free to play, because as you progress your character and you complete deeds and discover places and do quests and whatever, you get Lotro points, which you can then spend in the store to buy content. So you can entirely play free to play. It might be a teeny bit grindy depending on the way you play, but you can otherwise just buy it otherwise. Also, a lot of the time they just give away expansions for really, really cheap. Was it 99 Lotro points around Black Friday? So I'd say overall, yes, free to play is a lot better than it used to be, and pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like my VIP things, I have all the content. So if I didn't have VIP, I wouldn't lose anything. I feel like the biggest thing I would lose is the my mail and my VIP thing. Yes, however, I think if you aren't just doing the epic, you should very easily get enough Lotro points for that. The problem is with that area is I think you can do the epic between Helm's Deep and Mordor without the expansion. I'm pretty sure. It's only non-epic quests to my what I remember. And there is so much content between the 95 point and 100 that normally I end up not doing it most of it anyway, because you there's 4 or 5 quest packs for a 5-level thing. It's not even an expansion. Kind of crazy. Because I don't think I had all that intermediate content when I went through, and I still got to Mordor. Because for a very long time I was just free to play. Or premium, technically.
The Slag Hills. The only hope of victory lies with Frodo, but we still have a part to play.
It's almost like I have an entire account dedicated to free-to-play that I could use to find this stuff out, but I haven't done that yet. Oops. Not by it.
This road will take us to the very gate of Mordor.
This is the route.
Problem with the free-to-play is after Moria, there was nothing to buy, which is good. The very first free-to-play account got to Mordor, or was about to buy, not Mordor, sorry, Moria, was about to buy Moria, and it was a pain because it was quite a large thing, and then they changed free-to-play stuff. And then when I restarted, I'm now in Moria as of the end of the last video, but the next bit of content to buy would be Mordor, right? It's such a jump in
Are the men ready to
levels. It almost feels like instead I need something in between that time. Wait, what? Oh, it's the interlude. Oh, I'm so glad I can cut out interlude. I thought it was the go talk to the Rangers thing. Nope, it's the skip the interlude because I don't want to listen to. I don't want to play as Gollum.
My thoughts are also
I do. That's a different story.
This is likely to be our last.
Get to play as Gollum. It'll be the game of the year. I literally forgot that game existed until right the second I said Gollum earlier. I wonder if it's on Super Sale at all. I kind of want to play it just to see how bad it is.
None of us are free of worry. Still,
I'll load up my Steam. golem. 42 pounds. Yikes. Yeah, also feels like not worth it even if it was cheaper.
Of the West to begin its march.
Okay, we are getting a few more enhancement runes, which is nice. It seems to not show... Maybe... So there's this weird thing, right, where there are two different types of boxes. This box is enhancement runes rare, or ×4. And then you get the legendary ones are like ×3. And then the teal ones are like ×3 as well. And then sometimes you just get enhancement rune singular. So sometimes when I look up on the wiki, if I'm looking up enhancement runes, or like, so what I normally do is I'll look up like a legendary one and just change it to like incomparable or rare to see where I can get them from, or roughly how many I'm going to get. But if it's enhancement rune legendary that I then put into enhancement rune rare, there's not going to be as many of those as enhancement runes plural. It's just weird the way they named them all. I don't know. Also, it wasn't originally named that. I think it was just like random. It was just called enhancement runes. It was like, I tried to work out if there was any logic behind how many you got at one point. Okay, then we gotta go to Hirondia with my lovely horse that you can no longer get if you don't have it. I feel like that's a lot of my horses, to be fair, but I mean, this one, you technically, if you don't have it now, you can't get it. And this one as well. This is my original, like, you can't get this anymore horse. Not available at this time. I really don't want to do the next quest. That's my only hold up at the minute.
This is a dead place. An empty place.
A dead and empty place. Last time I went and killed all the enemies around here instead. But I think for this one I will just kill them here because I can just like pretty much one-shot them. Also, I think I can go down that way and then over there and then over there and then it's Slag Hills. I think. Probably get the quest back up. Okay, let's have a look. Awaiting silence. Do that, then talk to Aragorn. Yeah, so if I go there, then I can immediately go down to the Slag Hills, and that makes sense. One nice thing as well is if I'm coming through this content and I'm unlocking the Stable Masters and stuff, I can start working on the Fellowship quests as well for this character to grab even more rep items. Because right now it's just gathering the rep items to trade in for my armor or my my earrings that I still got to get. That's kind of the only thing holding us back from being fully geared up, other than the raid pocket item. I've also thought, right, I thought about this a few times. I wanted to maybe make a, I don't know if I'd Valor them, probably wouldn't, but I was thinking about making another Warden, but not playing them. I have my Feybank character, and I might just take them and get them to 140, because I think if I got Feybank to 140, I could trade over like the 106 legendary boxes and like preemptively start like getting the items I need. If that makes sense, like I could get the gear, well, not necessarily get the gear, but I could like trade over the things and I could be like, right, okay, let's open this one. I know I've got this. And I'd like know, rather than me just getting 10 and going, oh, let's hope, I would know for a fact, oh, I need to get this item. I need to do another run. I need to get this again. You are not alone. There are, there's actually someone over by the camp of the host. I am currently alone. I'm not in a fellowship or anything, but there are other people around. watching my every move. I am actually weirdly thankful for a moment that I'm not got anybody doing the quests alongside me, because I feel really bad deep down when I go through an area with a high level character, one-shot everything, and when someone else is very clearly trying to quest. Because I did that the other day. There's an area in Ered Luin, like one of the start areas, and I was going through helping a different character get an alt of mine. Where's Ered Luin? I was over here by Nenhilith, and I was doing the Wolf Slayer, and I saw the moment I saw like a level 5 come over, I was like, nope, I'm gonna be out of here. I don't like stealing kills. I don't know if that's just a me thing, but yeah, I always get concerned that I'm like trampling or stepping on people. Be like, haha, you are not allowed to kill any enemies. I'm gonna kill them all instead. That's why whenever they've released low-level content or lower-level content, so when Wildwoods came out originally, Yonder Shire wasn't so bad because there's not a lot of killing in that, and Angle as well, I generally like to leave it a few days before I do it on level, because everybody on their 140s are coming through, completing all their deeds and stuff like that, so I'm like, oh, okay, I'm probably gonna not have a chance at... It's like King's Gondor. I did it the same morning or same evening that it came out, and those rats, I was waiting like an hour for some rats to spawn. It's crazy. I don't need that obviously, and it's not going to give me any moats, so that's fine. I don't know if there's any Mordor content that would give me... I might have to look. Because, like, yeah, I don't know if there's any Mordor content that would give me anything useful for the character. Like, obviously, going through there and getting the essences, that's going to be a thing I do, but I can do that on Feyrand himself. But I'm not sure if there's any... Because armor's going to be Legacy of Necromancer. Essences are just going to be traded, so I don't need to do any quests for it. Jewelry is a combination of... Legacy of Necromancer and maybe Thrang. Shield. Shield is the big one that I don't know what I'm doing about. I don't know what the 115 Warden Shield thing is. That's really not useful. It's like, hey, you can get moats. Warden Shield, level 111 to 120 index. And it shows me a 140 shield. Huh. That feels incorrect. I guess technically any shield that I want is just a black grave shield.
Come to it at last.
Like, it's scaling. Worst case scenario, that's the choice we go for. Did I pick up the Stable Master? I don't remember doing that. No, I didn't. Okay. Good thing I didn't leave. Couple.
How may I help?
Hey, people. I've been seeing a lot of people around there. I don't know if I'm just like never noticed it before or if I just didn't come around here. But let's go, Aragorn. Okay, so I'm looking at a 2018 115 build for Warden. I am curious if they are just looking at class traits or armor.
Sauron is waiting. There is no sense in delaying what must come. We have come to the very doorstep of Mordor.
Okay, let's just do a /follow so that I can kind of pay attention, but not while I'm Googling other stuff. I might just look up. Even looking up the word shield in a like any page related to Warden is completely useless. Because like shield is a skill and also a like, you know, other stuff like that. I literally just could look up every shield in the game, can't I? Shield. It's gonna feel bad going down to a non-legendary shield. Okay. Aragorn, I don't want to follow you anymore. So, I did have this thought of, technically a 115 shield, if I Valard would be a choice. Because, like, normally Valar shields are, like, or Valar items are generally, like, because it's setting you up after the release of something. If I Valar to 105, it would be gear better than 105 gear because it's setting me up to go 106, which is, like, you know, an increase and stuff. I wonder if it's just crafted. Is it just going to be a crafted one? I feel like it would be weird if it was. Fangorn was crafted. Technically... yeah, so 95 was crafted. 100 was technically a drop. I didn't get it, so I just motzed it. Yeah, I don't know. Is it just an Abyss one? I think it might be. Conqueror's Reinforced Shield. 106. How do I get that? I wish I could get rid of some of these items if they weren't like moat stuff. Pathfinder's Valiant Taj. Oh, that's Medallion of Moria things. Either way, it looks like there is Reinforced Shield of the Firehorn. Is that a thing? Reinforced Shield of the Firehorn. That feels like a instance dropped item for me. It is kind of, but isn't. It is a selectable reward from within a greater abyssal weapon coffer. Is an item chance to drop from Sagrog, the second boss of Abyss of Mordath, on tier 2 and tier 2 challenge mode, as well as from Gorgoroth's steel-bound loot boxes, which is... I have never seen one in game, so I don't know if they even drop anymore. You can barter for it, but I think you have to have done... I think to barter for the purple one, the blue one, you have to have done tier 2 Mordath. Yeah, there's that as well. Like, my shield's pretty good. What I generally do, because I kept my 95 one at 100, because it was like good enough, and I didn't need it. But it's like, I don't know, if there's something to unlock. But if there isn't one I can get from Legacy of the Necromancer content, and I have to do the raid at tier 2, and it'd be like a chance drop or whatever, then I'm like, is the effort put in worth it to the output I get, if that makes sense? I mean, after this we can jump in to Mordor, so... I don't even know how difficult Abyss of Mordath is. It kind of looks cool, though. Token of... I'm gonna look if the Token of Elves... No, Token of Lakes and Rivers has something related to it. Trinket, helm, thing. Yeah, okay, no. Thought maybe there was. It's one of those things where it would be nice to be on the warden so I could see, but then it would still be like, so it wouldn't be like redded out, but at the same time it would be because I wouldn't be high enough level. It is reinforced shield. That's pretty decent. I think that's, is that better than... That is better. I feel like that's some weird item that doesn't actually exist. Or not. Okay. Apparently this is an item you can get, but it says minimum 110. I don't know. Has the chance to drop from creatures inside Gorgoroth crafting instances and from a rare Mordor treasure. If it's not bound to... If it's bind on acquire, that's the annoying thing. If it was bind on equip, that's a completely different story. Because then I can grind it out on a different character. There also might be a quest that gives a decent shield. Like a layover shield. You're like, hey, you can have this in the meantime. Yeah, because these are at least bind on a count on acquire. This is the tiniest shield I've ever seen in my life. Just making sure I haven't... Like, I was sat here for so long trying to pick up these items and talk to Mithrandir, so I want to make sure I'm not accidentally not paying attention. What's the best in slot shield at the minute? Is it just going to be this one? Like Sagroth stuff? Probably. What's like my default? Like for mini, if I want a shield, what's like the shield I go for? Do I go through 140 Black Grave to try and get one? Like, what's the jump? Zagros of team. But if I just wanted like a basic one, I feel like I'd just go Old Eregion or Black Grave. Right? Feels like a... To like get me to a 140 and then build up to a like a teal. Or Hidden Horde, I guess. Could be a thing I get. Like just to hold over for now. Is there a Hidden Horde teal? There isn't. Oh, that's weird. I don't know how things work. We just have to keep ourselves entertained during these this quest because there's a lot of standing around. I think it's another reason why I'm like, I wish I could, if I've done this once before, can I not skip it? Yeah, I just think there's a chance that I could, if I run like a tier 1 Hidden Horde and get the drop, I can like hold it over for the meantime. That's why I like the idea of stuff being bound to account, because I could go through and like, well, I don't know. I could go through and obviously just trade it over is like the main thing. I was going to say I could put it on my other warden, like a 140 warden if I like did Fey Bank to that. But I like Fey Rand being my actual experience through 140 as a warden, because I didn't, before Fey Rand, I hadn't played a warden, and also he's not 140. So I like it being somewhat fresh still. If I made another hunter, you know, who did the same kind of thing, it wouldn't have the same impact.
The quest of the ring has failed, but we must not...
Okay, this should all be relative. Oh, I'm not. I'm on a horse. No wonder I couldn't attack. I think I'm going the right way. Pretty sure I'm going the right way.
Capital hit. And another.
And another. Wait, did these guys not spawn or something? Is that why I wasn't seeing them? I felt like I wasn't seeing any enemies whatsoever. Unless someone's in this instance part as well with me, that could be a thing. Yeah, because I need to go kill 2 enemies and then talk to Legolas. Right? That's the thing. Oh wait, no, I'm even earlier. I mean, another thing in terms of shield that is like something I can do is embers. Like if I'm really struggling for that. That's why I think I could just do a moats one potentially. The nice thing is I at least get a little bit of choice with that. Right, let's steal all the arrows from the... Wait, is it stealing? They're dead. I don't know. We had this discussion last time, I think, about how I always feel like I'm stealing them from the living, but no, it's from all the dead ones. He got shot in the head. Yikes. But when I shoot people in the head with arrows, they don't die immediately. What is this?
Set the quivers at my feet, and I will use them as the need arises.
Right. Aragorn. Let us go.
We have held the line.
I'm kind of curious about the Gorgoroth instancy stuff. About whether or not... I didn't even know there were Gorgoroth crafting instances. There seem to be 6 of them. I don't know how you unlock them. That's the thing. Oh wait, I've got to go over to Prince Imrahil. I was waiting for more enemies to spawn, that's why. Oh, there is someone here. I did think there was, because there felt like the spawns weren't quite correct.
The fighting here goes poorly. The flow of battle...
I think one of the issues we might have going through with high-level characters is Light of Erendil, because... looking at Anglak, it literally says here, there is a Shadow of Mordor rating of 100 throughout the entrance. The creatures are 115. Which is fine. But it means we're 20 under. So what we could do, maybe, is like, if we grab a piece of gear and put, like, a Light of Erendil essence on it. Even that, it doesn't feel great.
I'm glad to see
it's like, how much stats are you losing? I could switch out the band, because I think it's literally just morale, pretty much. Like, that's not helping my damage output, it's just making me heal a bit better. Oh yeah, I need to go pick up his sword. Thing is, though, do I have to pick up his sword? Oh, I just worked out why I've never done the crafting instances. It's because they seemingly are allegiance things, which would explain that, because I have never done a Mordor allegiance ever in this game. You know, 5 years later. No, is it 5 years? 6 years. 6 years since Mordor's come out, right? End of 2017-ish. But that's going to be sort of... I know what allegiances are. You know, it's not like I've never done... I have done the good and bad ones, and I know what they are. It's not like it's a brand new concept, but it'll be kind of interesting for my first sort of experience with it to actually be on Fair End as well. Possibly. It's one of those things where I feel like I was going to make a River Hobbit Mariner. because a lot of the time when a new class, or it's obviously not happened that much, but when a new class and race come out, like it's two things coming out, not at the same time obviously, but like kind of within the same period, I'm like, oh, I should match those up. But River Hobbit's coming out. I don't know what to make a River Hobbit. Like, I don't know what class or whatever. Whereas having it as a new class is my excuse in a sense. But then I've got like two characters because I'd make a Mariner and I'd also have to make a River Hobbit. And it's like, I don't know. And to be fair, I don't fully know if I'll do anything with it, but River Hobbit's not going to change sort of the gameplay. Really?
We must rejoin the fight.
The class will, but the race won't. So I might still wait until
Nazgul overhead! Kalinglad! Kalinglad! It took him this way! Find him!
Oh, wrong guy. I was close. I was like, that doesn't look like him. Yeah. So I'm like, do I want to use up an extra? Like, essentially it means I have to use two extra slots. I only actually have one extra character slot at the minute. It's because I'm lazy and I haven't deleted any. But yeah, I'll probably wait until Mariner, to be honest. I mean, me and Hobbits as is. Though, like we said earlier, if me doing a stream about River Hobbits is what, you know, gets a VOD 500 views, then I'll take it. Oh yeah, well, normally it's like the expansion comes with it, right? Because it's like, hey, you can now make a new class or like this new class for the expansion stuff. I think I remember on a stream they were talking about like, in my head it's a given, like, oh, if you're bringing out a new class, you bring out a new character slot. Makes sense. And I remember on a stream Cordovan was like, oh, I'll have to talk to whatever team that was. He was like, oh, I'll have to see if we can include that. So it wasn't like a guarantee,
it has been an honor,
but it has been something that the precedent has kind of been set already. So hopefully it carries on in that case.
We will make him earn it in blood.
Need one more enemy, please. Thank you.
I see something on the distant horizon.
Okay, now we're on book 9, which does mean we have our 3 cracked Gondorian traceries. So we could, or tracery tokens, I should say, we could just skip now, but we may as well finish off book 9 because it makes sense. Because then we can go into Mordor for future whatever reasons, you know. I still have to look through and find out what I can actually get from doing those quests, because I'm sure I can get tracery incomparables, which is fine. Like, there can be holdovers if the stats are massively higher. I don't think I can get tracery tokens in Mordor. I literally think I think it's literally just the one box.
Sauron,
I'm not sure what else we can get.
Back to Mordor. Why?
Stand, men of the West. This is the hour. The Ring Bearer has completed his quest.
Hey, the Black Gate is destroyed and I can't see anything because all the debris and dust in my eyes. Okay, let's go rescue some hobbits. And not get lost this time. I totally went off the complete wrong direction last time. Yeah, so I was going to look up, if I look up Epilogue of Rust, which is what gives us our 106 legendary tracery box. If I look up legendary or incomparable box, I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the Black Book. Yeah, I went that way when I think they're just this way. Nope. I'm also going the wrong way. Did I get lost again? I'm like second guessing myself. I think I went that way. I think that was the issue. Yeah, I went around that way when you're just supposed to go through here. So I ended up on top and then I jumped down. Was I think what ended up happening. Yeah, that makes sense.
Where there's life,
I did say though,
hope.
there is the chance that if it becomes really problematic to get legendary tracery things, for the ones that don't matter as much, so like for me, mastery cooldown is a big one, heraldries are a big one, and stuff like that. But the ones that maybe aren't as big a deal, like if it's like 1% or 1.5% damage over time, I can use, so every character I get 12 scaled tracery tokens, so I can use those. Like I can level a character up, use those, buy the item, and then trade it over to Fairend. That is also an idea. So, I don't know. Because I have to use at least 6, I think, of the legendary tracery tokens. Because from my understanding, the legendary boxes don't let you get a heraldry or a word of craft or a word of power. So our weapon at 115, I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to have to use 9 teal legendary tracery tokens. So I'm going to have to open up 9 boxes
I beg your pardon,
of scaled legendary tracery tokens, which is a bit of a hassle.
Spent so long worrying about me that it became natural for him.
3 cheers for Frodo Baggins, who destroyed...
Because I don't know how it works. Because I know if you do like Hidden Horde tier 3 or whatever, right? There is a chance... Is it tier 3? I don't know. If you do Hidden Horde at a certain tier, you can get a tracery token drop, is my understanding. Is that not right? If I look at Hrimil, nope, there was something that shows it. Oh yeah, Hrimil Frostart tier 4 common. Yeah, Gundabad cracked tracery. Tier 2 you can get shattered Gundabad tracery. Tier 3 you can start getting cracked ones. So that's fine. But that's like, I think, programmed. Like Gundabad was like the expansion for the legendary change. If I go and do a raid at 115,
my uncle Theoden is avenged.
Do you get that drop? Is there a chance of getting an Ithilien, a cracked Ithilien tracery? Because yeah, I don't know. You can also get a random tracery level 131 epic.
Madness in his servants.
Okay, there's no real page for this. Thing is, you don't get, there's not like you can get one for Rift, but Rift doesn't really have the legendary item forethought put into it. So I'd have to try on like a level 60. What's a level 60 raid? Vile Maw, I guess, would technically be. But then you probably also have to do tier 2.
Weigh your options carefully. This could be a costly choice.
There's only 8 tier 2 raids. It shows there. Anvil, Threshold, Fall of Khazad-dûm, Hidden Horde, Throne, Abyss, Remachant, and Witch King Citadel. Huh.
There is a small matter about which I wish to speak with you.
Yeah, just go chat with like Frodo and get everything he says. Everything. Need to know all the information. Enhancement runes. Let's just open up all my enhancement runes. Clear out my inventory a tad. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. Hi, Frodo.
My mind is still caught in a
I don't want to
confusion.
listen to you. I'm just going to read it instead. Sorry. My bad.
You know the truth now. Thank
Okay.
you for easing
And then
my mind and my heart.
go chat with Aragorn, and this quest is still technically bugged because it says here, hey, you get a legendary tracery box, which is true, and it says you get 2 tracery 101 incomparable, but you don't. You only get 1, which is a little bit annoying, but at least it's not the legendary one that you get less of. Like if it said, oh, you get 2 legendaries and I only gave you 1, I'd feel a lot more impacted, I think.
We have come through the long
Okay,
night.
and then finally chat with Gandalf. Maybe this will be the one time they fix it. If we look,
Frodo's
2,
adventure
1,
has ended.
I only get them.
Still
So
have
sad.
need of heroes.
Okay, so we got Mordor await, so we can actually go into Mordor right now, and it is actually something I'm going to do, but not in the traditional way. Real quick. And then what we'll do is we'll trade over my enhanced runes, tracery token, and the 2 boxes. I'll open up the 2 boxes because if I can get them out the boxes, if I can get what I want out the boxes, then it saves me ancient script and stuff. Or it will give me something for my it will give me something for my tanking set. That's what I meant to say. Okay, so they should be over here. And again, I'm just slightly curious about the whole shield situation. So this is rare and incomparable weapons, but not shields. This is the Warden Raid armor.
Let us not.
This guy can just trade us this. We don't. Okay, so that's interesting, or good to know at the very least. We do not have to have done Abyss. We haven't even discovered Abyss, and we can still pick this up. This, I'm guessing, must have completed Abyss of Mordath tier 2. But at the very least, we can get the shield, like a temporary holdover shield. I do want to actually look. And just compare the stats, because it still might be better for me to just stick with what I have. But if it's basically free, then it's like, why not? So that's a big jump. Then the agility is less. That's a thing. Vitality is going to end up being more, I think. We get crit and we get physical mastery. So this is the tanking one. Is that more vitality though? 608 times 4.8 is 2,918. So yes, 600 more. So that it's not massive in that regard, but everything else is an upgrade, bar agility, which again we don't need really to worry about. So to be fair, we'll probably go with that because it is technically better and it's basically free. But I'm not going to fret too much. It's going to feel a bit weird because we will have one piece of rare item. But maybe we can try. I think we want to try and do an Abyss run at some point. Depending on how many people we can sort of get together. I don't actually know the run itself. I don't know if people have done it solo or anything. Or how that works. Like, if it's done solo, then in theory you can do it duo. Or like 3 people can do it. So it's like, I don't know. It's more mechanic dependent, I think, than it is pure damage. Because if mechanics are a thing, then you've got to like have enough people to do the mechanics. Which is the bigger problem. So looking at this, you've got 2 bosses. Together they represent the main antagonist of the first boss fight. So 10 million morale. But that's tier 1. Tier 2 they have 36 million. Okay. Sagrog 51 million. And Fingar 211 million. Yikes. But that said, can you not get the shield from like the first boss? I also got to think about cloaks. Do I? No, I don't think I do. General, a greater abyssal weapon coffer is what I need. So that's Sagrog on tier 2. So, yeah, if we can fight him and get to him, we don't technically have to finish it, and then we just get the choice. So that could also be a way we do it. But that's a lot of, like, working that out kind of thing. So we probably won't concern ourselves too much with that. I also just realized some gear that I can get is from King's Gondor. I just thought about that now. Right, though, we want to... oh, yeah, I got that, didn't I? I want to trade over these items real quick. So let's go to Feyrand and let's go trade him these. And then we go... these as well. And fingers crossed, that's enough to make a dent. We'll hold on to those for the moment. I think the North Ithilien ones I'm going to hold on to as well for the moment. And then... don't think there's anything else off the top of my head that I need to trade to him. You should all be good. Like I said, North Ithilien boxes I'm going to hold on to. I don't strictly think I need them. I think I'm actually fine. Because I've got the 7 extra essences. And that covers the pocket item and the earrings. And then everything else already has essences on it. And I just need to take those off, upgrade them, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so Mr. Feyrand. Right. Oh, that would be another thing as well. Like, I can be overgeared for it, but if I've got a load of Light of Arendelle. Or Shadow of Mordor. Okay. Not really a worry. Let's... a little bit worried if I've got no mail. Let's wait for the game to load. As much as the lag is a little bit better loading in, like, overall, waiting for plugins is still a bit of a pain. I wonder if having all this mail still here, like, affects things. I'll just take that off you then. I'll accidentally get it destroyed. That my 25 poplar, not even poplar, walnut. Okay, let's hopefully then get something good out of this. So we're going to get careful step duration and movement speed and ambush run speed, rush speed movement. I don't think I need those. I'm going to hold on to them, obviously. And we did say we were going to hold on no matter what. And I'm also going to lock these and then hope that if I do that, we should be fine. I don't know what... Oh, it was the Athelian essences. That makes sense. Let's go over to Rivendell, though. And then I also want to jump on... Oh, I just need to upgrade. I think we'll probably go Delving Gear if we're at that point before then. Like, for old content, I think it's like try and... Okay, so when we originally started, it was more like, hey, we're going to get, like... We have to get all, like, the highest kind of caliber of gear, if that makes sense. So being like, the raid gear is the highest item level, therefore we're going to get it. Slowly but surely, it's become harder and harder to run certain... Like, with Rift, we could use a higher level character to help us, but the closer the levels got to the cap, it's harder to do that, obviously. And the less people are running it. Like, some people run like, Anvil occasionally and whatever. We can maybe drop in and get some gear. But I think I've gotten to a point where I was like, it's good enough, right? This is not best in slot, because technically the upgraded raid gear is. But it's basically good enough, the same, and also actually gives us more health when we're already overcapped on physical mastery and stuff. And I think the corruption set bonuses don't matter. So Delving's Gear is probably going to be like my go-to. I can also kind of cut out a lot of hassle there because it's probably going to be a higher, like we're going to be at like at least 145, 150, whatever the next cap is before we get to 140 on here. Pretty much guaranteed. The 140 gear I have right now, Delving Gear on Tar Valon, can just be like hand-me-downs to here. It's like the Elder Slade pocket item, which unfortunately I can't use. I already have one, and I technically already have enough to craft the chestplate for me as well. So that's why I like using hand-me-downs in a sense, because it's just like, I could do it from scratch, but it's going to take so much more time. But Delving's Gear is good enough. I'm a bit worried about like Cloak and Ring, because if people aren't doing Doom, I'm worried about like getting the cloak. Same with Grave. I'm worried about getting the thing as well. Upgrading it shouldn't be difficult because that's just delving rights. But yeah, getting the actual physical item to upgrade does concern me a little bit. It's one of those things of like, I don't know, it's not going to be that big a deal when we're not at cap. When we're actually like at cap, I think it's going to be like, you know, we'll just roll with whatever update comes out. I'm hoping when I get there, I'll feel a bit more confident enough to like raid with Faerend, because I've not had amazing experiences so far, to be honest. Kind of my fault. I got to 75 and immediately went into Isengard. I was nowhere near geared for that. So, my bad. Shouldn't have really done that. So, Spear, Shield, Gambit damage. Just double checking. Spear, Shield, Gambit damage. Cool. I'm going to just buy all of them. Fist, Gambit, damage, and critical chance. Yes. And then Spear, Fist, damage. Spear, Fist, Gambit damage. Yes, I have tried, not massively so. In fact, on that Isengard raid that I did, I got asked to go blue, and I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what I'm doing. And then I thought to myself, I should learn. So I did do a little bit, but it's been a while. I haven't done it since the rework either, so I don't know if there's any changes there, or that kind of thing. Oh, I have 9, so I can upgrade something a bit higher. That's good to know. Like, even if I just go 249 instead of 250, it's not going to be the worst thing. And I can't use these on anything else. So I might just go, like, either crit to get another essence taken off, or I can go finesse to buff up my finesse, which is 29.5. I know it's 0.5 is not going to be the be all end all difference, but I'd like my goal for finesse is 30% generally, and that's good enough. But it's like, hey, if I can get it better, why not? Right though, hopefully we have enough. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough rares. I'm gonna do the Cardinal Sin though, and I might use some incomparables in placement of rares. I know, blasphemy, but I don't have anything else to upgrade. And I don't really upgrade my legendaries on my like casual characters. So I'm not really going to get much use out of these incomparables after this anyway, to be honest. Like normally I just level up. Like this character would have easily been 106, like 112 by now, and then I would have, you know, reforged, got new incomparables or rares, and then like, you know, upgraded and stuff. So I really don't think it's that big a deal. I am curious though on we don't have hope here, but in regular old Rivendell, like outside, we should have hope, right? I'm curious with hope if where our morale is at. We are so close, like to 100k. Yeah, 95k with, what is it, 2 hope? No, it is 5 hope, okay. So if we put a hope token on, we're at 95k. We do still have, I can probably take one of these essences off. We have a cloak upgrade coming, which might facilitate a little bit more that we can take off as well. It'll still be an Ithilien infused essence for that one. So I can add 2 more there, 6 more here, because I'll get those upgraded. And then I think everything else now has a thing. And then the pocket item will be a slight increase if we get it, on top of another essence if we get it. So I think 100k is possible. Very slimly. Because we also have these to go with. I did switch to blue though, because I wanted to see like what my morale goes up to. 115k with blue. Please don't judge my blue line. I literally just chucked everything in blue. I haven't actually respec'd it properly, but I do want to, like, this is essentially tanking gear anyway, because it's just like morale. The only thing would be mitigations possibly being increased, like tactical mitigation, but I'm not sure how big a tactical mitigation is at this tier of content. But yeah, if I put on a blue set of stuff, had morale, what is it? It's what's it called? The base morale modifier thing? Multiplier, I think it's called. I wonder how that would affect it as well. Just see where we can push this character. Like I said, my big goal is 100k before stat squish. Like that's my hope. I could always put these on as well. That's just will. But that's got some vitality. Or this one. That's my 115. I really want to be able to put this on though. I so want that. But no. I can't even ring it. It's so sad. Right though. Oh yeah, so what I wanted to do now is something I apparently love to do too much. Is jump onto the good old stat cap calculator, and I'm curious where, like, how overcapped on crit we are, because crit is that one essence I kind of want to swap potentially. So 4, 6, 4, 5, 7. We are 1,457. I want to just check because sometimes it doesn't update properly. So if I do that, I just want to double check my crit is 47356. Yeah, so now I'm over by 2,000. So my actual stuff wasn't updated properly. That's really weird that it doesn't update as you upgrade. I kind of get it, but a bit annoying. We are so over on our physical mastery. It's ridiculous. 17762, 9759, 7428, 290. I feel like my block should be higher considering I have a shield, but I feel like my shield is the only thing giving me block. Oh, no, it doesn't even give me block. Maybe that's why it's so low. That was a thing, like, the moats one gives us block, but the other one doesn't. Like, this one doesn't. So we're down 5,000 block because of that. Like, if I went up to 8,000, I'd go up 2.2%, which isn't actually that massive. Right, anyway, let's have a little look. So we are currently 25,891 physical mastery over. The cap is 60,000. We're at 86,000. Okay. Crit, however, we are over by... So the cap is 45k. We are at 47,356. One of these is 2,000, which means I can take one of these Athelion infused. It's really annoying it's Athelion infused. I wish it wasn't, because I'm like, what am I going to do with it? I can take one of these Athelion infused off and swap it with a Vitality for an extra little bit of boost. Because what is it, 244? So that's an extra 1,000 morale, essentially. And if I look at it like that, right, and we're looking at 10,000 more, so we're at 3, 6... 7, 8. And what else is it? Did I have something? Oh, I think we are gonna be just under. Potentially. I think we're gonna be like 99,000 if we don't get the pocket item. It totally depends on if I get more or less morale from the earrings. Like base. Like the other stats I don't care about. I am a little bit worried about that crit rating though, actually, come to think of it. I'm going to lose 4,600 crit. Potentially. Is it 1 crit per agility? Yes. Okay. So
he's crawling with foes.
Jewelry. 783. So I'm getting 163 vitality. So I'm losing vitality. Okay. But I do get 3 things. So 3, 6. And then a couple of these will be boosted up as well. To like slightly more. Is that where I go slightly under on crit? To be fair, I'd rather be capped crit than worry about 100k morale. Is slightly annoying though. Might even keep these earrings, just be like, yeah, I've got that. Just means I constantly have to eat food. Or constantly have a hope token on. Because my only thing I can think of now, if that is the case, is I will probably end up... Because I can probably get a few more of these. If I can get 11 more enhancement runes through whatever means, I can upgrade my Ascendant Light to a little bit more. In fact, I'm actually curious if I go on the Lotro Companion thing and we specifically grab the details from this character real quick. I just want to see if I put them up to 250, where that puts our stuff. Okay, let's have a little look. Show. Oh yeah, I also forgot essences. Max all. What are they called? those ones. Just give me 1 sec. Ithilien. How you spell of vitality? Because I should be able to work out from here where it puts it. The only thing is the pocket item's gonna be wrong, because the pocket item takes the lowest value that we have. But okay, 96,000. If I do that and then change the weapon to be that. Because yeah, it's like I said as well, I have no use for these like legendary enhancement runes except just using them on this character. So if I edit the pocket item to be correct, that's the only other thing I need to do. I'm just curious. Can you tell how desperate I am to get the correct thing? 563 might, agility. To be fair, these don't really matter. Agility, will, and then fate. I wish the fate was a little bit higher, but I'll trade fate for vitality. I'm pretty happy with that being a thing. 438, and then 263. Okay. Why is my DPI changed? I hate this mouse sometimes because it just changes. Oof. Okay. So, as it stands, with my maxed out virtues, with my current things chucking in, because I can't like up these anymore for health or anything. It's literally just, hey, do you want more crit? Or finesse or whatever. As it stands, especially because my vitality is maxed, we will be at 98,755 if we stay as we stand. My only other thing is changing to the quartermaster of the host most flexible thing, and then just adding in the 98,789. Oh. Okay. So working out, if I get everything, the earrings, blah, 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 and I maybe could look at getting the better ones of these. But if I do that, and then I switch out one of those crit essences for 2... No, this will work. Okay. Let's bring this over, and you can kind of see what I'm playing with. So, this is Feyrand in all his glory, as he stands right now. If I get the Quartermaster or Host thingy here, and I switch these out to be 2 Ithilien infused, I'm at like 99,960. However, some of these are just regular old Ithilien. So I'm sure if I like swap even one of those out, 9993, 100,000. 100,000 is possible. Because this is slightly more. It's literally like 61. We're looking at 61 to 94. So 33 more morale per. And also that's not including getting the upgraded one of these. Wow, that's really, really stretching it. That's with all maxed virtues, which I have to do before the rething, and then these upgraded. There is obviously also the chance of getting the upgraded bracelets, as I said. Also, as much as I don't think it's going to quite happen, there is the chance that we can upgrade like the necklace. So we have this necklace. Obviously, we'd have to take it off for it to see. We have this necklace. If we get an ornate inlay, which is from Throne as well, we can get that more morale. So any of those outcomes, I would like to get those upgraded. If I get an ornate inlay, I'll be like, yeah, free upgrade, why not? But yeah, it's really just gonna be a case of deconstruct these and, or not, yeah, take these off or whatever, these off, upgrade them, put them back on, take these off, put them back on, etc., etc. If it really comes down to it, and I like for some reason cannot get any more of the items, I can always just like farm rep again and get the rep things, because you get Aethelian infused things with that as well. I think I still have a few, right? If I go into reputation, I want to say, and Host of the West, yeah, Aethelian infused essence box. So we still have obviously we got a while to go, but we do still have a few like free upgrades in that regard. That's really grasping at straws though, which is kind of funny. If we go that route, but I guess that will be the plan. I just want to get to 6 digits. I think that'll be pretty cool overall. I also want to double check once again. It's a lot of double checking today, but I'm actually also going to go to my house while I do this, just because I can do a little sneaky thing and get into Mordor early. But I've immediately forgot what I was thinking of. That was it. Secret. Because if I can go straight into no other way, I'm just trying to think if there's any super useful part of that. I'm a little worried actually. I am 105, which means I will still get aggroed. I'm always worried because there's this guy up here. There's always an enemy up there, and they seem to have higher aggro range. But now I'm closer in level. This is like the only time I've come over here with this high level. Yeah, we did look at that though, didn't we? Is there anything else? Oh yeah, it was the high enchanter I wanted to have a look at. Because there was an item in the high enchanters that I was curious of. I could have come somewhere a lot safer. I could have just gone Erebor to look at this, but why not?
May I help you?
So I am looking for incomparable, because normally I go with this. It's like 70 motes and it's like decent gear. However, I want to have a look at towers. I think is the set I'm after. So let's go towers chest, right? The incomparable towers. Well, how does any of this work? Mordor's Bane. Okay, this is heavy. Medium agility. I want chest. Is there no chest? I mean, these are the pocket. These are the rings I'll go for, probably. Less essences, but better essences. Like better. Yeah. Why? Helmet, shoulders, gloves, boots, cloak. So can you not get... I mean, I'll just look at something I can get. So like helmet, right? Let's have a look. This one. Helmet versus towers helmet. Yeah. So we'll probably get this at 112. Well, to be fair, what we have now will probably last us anyway. But this at 112. And then this later. Because less physical mastery. But another essence slot. More agility, more vitality. More Light of Arendelle. But also, there isn't a point in me getting that, right? Because I've gone on this whole thing about the Armor of Thranduil's power, which is 345, I want to say. Which is probably better. Same for jewelry as well, like, right? We had a little look at that. So, Thranduil power. Just take off everything that is that. So we're looking at legs. So earrings times 2. Pocket item, which we can't do. So 2 earrings, necklace. And then it's just getting bracelets and rings, I think is what we said was the issue. But we do have these as like maybe something we can look at. Bracelet. Also, I think these last until 120. Yeah, so we can always keep these and up the essences as well. That also works.
How may I be of
Or,
service to you?
like I said as well, we
I haven't slept in days.
can go in here. Yeah, we were going to go for these, weren't we? So, agility, vitality, finesse, crit, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, cool. And then I just want to double check. I really need to start going for these as well. Like finding a good loop of dailies for this stuff. I don't know if you have to do allegiances to get those unlocked, but I do like the fact that you can come over here and you can buy specific... I mean, it doesn't really matter because, like, surely... I don't know why they're all separate, but probably something to do with what used to be sold in there. But I can just pick up a load of Warden incomparable traceries. Obviously, I can't, but Top Ellard can, and these are, like, account bound. I can also buy enhancement runes, which can set us up for the future. And, interestingly enough, I actually do think this is better, because I can buy these on Top Ellard. They're Warden specific, so I can still pick them up and use them on Hunter, and they'll be Warden stuff. And then Word of Power, Word of Craft. There is no Heraldry one, which is a little annoying, but it's something. There is at least something we can get out of that. And I'm just curious on... What's the helmet? That's the essence. Okay. I can pick up his quest now. Oh, 108. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I'm thinking 115, but this stuff is actually like kind of on level for us, right? These guys are super over level because they're technically 140s, right? They should, or they're just not. But this guy's only 109, so he is only 4 levels higher than us. He actually has less morale than us, which is kind of crazy. It's been a while since I've gone against enemies, like other than on Faerun, where they have less health. Obviously, I do a lot more damage a lot of the time, but that is interesting.
It is not Terry.
Also, yeah, they shouldn't be super over leveled now, so we do have this, which we can buy. I still think that other stuff's better. I probably won't even get the other stuff. This earring, I'm curious about. Spring's Arrival. Spring's Right. 1 in 15. That's a lot of physical mastery, a lot of crit, decent amount of Light of Arendelle, but it also brings up the point of... Is it this one? This one? More light, more agility, more vitality, more physical mastery. The question is, does that fate... does that fate equal that crit? I don't think so. 470, and then what is fate? Warden times 2.5. Yes, that's no, 1175. But then we're also adding on the agility to the crit. The health, obviously, is being a big thing. And I don't think, even though crit is kind of an issue for us at the minute, not a full issue, but like something. I think the Light of Arendelle is probably a higher point of focus.
Is there aught which you need?
But that also brings up
Dark skies,
this armor.
dark tidings.
Oh wait, no, there's no earrings. Oh, okay. I need to buy these as well. I kind of like that they are just single stat things, and I don't have to worry too much. And also I can get like finesse ones as well. So if I am like a bit lower on that stat, I don't have to go through like fate to get finesse to get, you know. That's whatever works. I'm not gonna get them yet. I will probably just bulk buy a load of vitality ones and a couple physical mastery ones as I like go, because getting 2,500 is kind of a trek, unless you're like going out of the way to get them. So I'll like buy them. I'll wait till I'm at 10k, then I'll buy them, like 4 of these, and then I'll start from 0. And then that way I can get ready. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of Mordor though, because it's a little scary. Not really, actually. Like, I don't feel as threatened as I have in the past. Probably because I'm actually, like, close-ish in level. But I think we have our plan. It's going to mostly be dailies for a bit until we get the earrings and hope we get stuff for the, you know, Ithilien infused. Again, I should have enough to cover the difference at the minute. It's just moving to all my crafters. So we should be good on that front. Getting the earrings. And then honestly, like, if I can get to 100k without having to go for the pocket item, I might just not bother. The only problem I have is Warden Index. Is our next carving is at 115, which just feels a little annoying. And I do wish, like, this goes up to 115, so technically, like, we could put a 115 essence on here. So that's why I kind of want that as well. It would be nice, but it's not the end of the world. We can just put, like, not worry about it. I don't know, it's like the light damage is the same. Like, really, that's what we're here for. It's like an extra stat. It's like extra health. Power's not really a big deal. It's like you get a little bit extra light damage, which it feels inconsequential sometimes. So it's a bit odd. Right, though, I think I have achieved what I wanted to for today. So I'm probably going to leave us at that for now. I am going to maybe do a little bit of running around on some other characters like Tar Valor, just doing the dailies, trying to get my stuff for my earrings. Because again, I've got to get 2 items, so it takes a little while. And then what I might end up doing is, I'm not quite sure yet if I'm going to, like, I want the cloak, obviously. I have to get celebrated to get the cloak and whatever. So that's going to be something I hold off for still, because that is still an upgrade to be made. With the frame, the herbalist frame, I don't know if I'm going to hold myself at 115 or 105 until I get the frame, or if I'm just going to, like, oh, I've got everything, I'll carry on doing the frame in the background. I think what I would like to do is get the frame and then, like, be done, give Faerund a little bit of a rest on stream for a bit and maybe play some other characters, but do it in the background until we get the frame. And then we'll have that, because right now we just got the potato one, and then we'll go through Mordor with the frame, because I like using the most recent frame I obtained. That's just kind of a thing I do a lot of the time. So I used the Midsummer for a long time, because that was like the last one we got, because you don't get many frames really. If we can get the North Ithilien Wilds frame one, the next one would technically be Vales of Anduin, which is like 120, which is the Roscabel one, which we'd probably have until we probably aren't going to end up getting the Shelob frame like at 130. Let's be honest with ourselves, it's probably not going to happen. The War of Three Peaks frame is probably then going to be the next one, which we have to buy. I could technically get it now, but I'm going to wait. And then we got the Blood of Azog, Durin's Bane, if we do that, ideally, and then the Gundabad ones as well. I mean, I like the North Ithilien and Vales of Anduin one anyway, and I really like the Daggerlad one, but unfortunately not obtainable. It would be very fitting, it's got Even Gleam on it. But yeah, we'll see. Anyway, I don't know if I'm going to hold myself to it. I think it would be cool to go through it with the newest one, but if it's like, oh, well, you know, we're a couple days off, but I'm kind of raring and ready, it kind of depends. But I'm going to leave it there for tonight, though. So thank you all for coming along. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you all possibly tomorrow. I'm working till 4, so fingers crossed I can get home. Don't have to wait for, like, the server to go up, which is, I was going to stream yesterday. Server was going to come up, but it came up, like, super late, so I didn't stream in the end. But yeah, assuming nothing breaks, stream tomorrow. Don't know what we'll play, and then Saturday or Sunday we'll have to see how it goes. But hopefully we can get our earrings soon, and then it's just the grind for essences. But either way, I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.